do here? Yeah. So
我就不信我能输了，这把输了，我真的把帽子脱下来，不可能会输。但是 CJ 台的港女嘛，每个港女我他妈都认识，是不是？他在干嘛？不要啦，不要啦，真的他妈出人命了啦！哎。是的，9费。
奶变大了？
没有变大，好不好？我就是一个8+9啦。你怎么肿成这样啊？就说头发问题，好不好？头发问题吧。我真的变肿了吗？我真的变肿了吗？等一下3张牌，如果我把这个丢下去的话，不妙，不行，无汤。我要用入账的。不是帽子，是不是去韩国整形去了？我干，你老师变胖了。
你也泼冷水死8+9还妹太妹。
你他妈再一句啊，没关系啊，再一句。哎，有种来输赢啊！哎，真的受不了他了，干。不是帽子问题哦，你们不要想要骗人家那个东西哦。好爽啊！要赢啦！啊，这个也丢下去，赢啦！不知道怎么说。整失败还可以说整失败，我他妈去染个头发而已，你跟我说我整失败，干你老师！以前比较胖，你哪个人说我以前比较胖的站出来？我就说我现在长这个样子，就是因为我这个头的关系，而且那个阴影啊。Surrender 已经去了，好不好？Surrender 已经去了。
今天几点起床？
头发是染什么颜色，我也不知道啦。反正我现在很想要自杀，不要再刺激我了，好不好？Surrender 已经去了吧？有帮哈鲁染毛吗？我觉得啦，这个年头这个月可能是那个凶月。这个月应该是凶月啦，用头发的都没有好下场的。好，感谢费德5的干爹，费德好久没有懂内我了，我真的。真的快自杀啦！你还要追我再熬我的话，我真的死给你看啊！我真的会死给你看啊，兄弟。不要再逼我了。好不好？你跟我都过得那么辛苦。
现在开放所有人开台了，不用截图起打炉石不直播双开去赚奖金竞技12胜，
你觉得那么容易吗，兄弟？竞技12胜很难哦。这啥事？我明天就会去染啊！哎，找个干爹抖个几千块让我去染头发，拜托。如果你们受不了的话，我也受不了了。说实话，我也受不了。
8+9累计，腐烂小奶时常跟男生搞暧昧，守寡妻乔丹比。
还会干嘛？
不会主持唱多烂讲话又结巴。关台能爬分不能掉分的，是不是？还有这种的，还有你们这样子的人的吗？啊，你们觉得我关台打的时候一定赢，是不是？啊，英灵作祟是不是啊？你神经病啊！你不可能呐！
啊，到底在干嘛？你到底在干嘛？告诉我嘛。好，谢谢。下个回合换我，给个 DK 吧，好歹。我他妈还有这样子的，我关台不能掉 R5的，是不是？我关台不能偷偷打，然后掉 R5的。哇，真的是受不了你们了！你们真的是双重那个双面人格啊，有的没的精神分裂啊，你们都很有那个问题啦，我觉得啦。
99天呢也是非常不简单，希望大家会珍惜我。
他偷偷打，没错，是偷偷打没错啊，可是不一定会赢啊，不一定会赢啊，对不对？
可能很
他是大之类的，老说嘛。
然后知道我的人没有关系。就知道我不知道我的人，没有关系，不要去知道比较好。然后因为我平常我本来我是一个退群实况主，我是为什么我一直的我不知道，可是我经历了啊，看犯贱，我就是犯贱。我不知道这是我家的天花板，然后有个灯。很重要，没有门跟天花板是成不了一个家的。我现在好像是在讲干话，可是并不是这样子的，真实的我并不是这样子的。我希望各位可以理解一下。然后我一直都在看那个荧幕，因为我觉得我自己好丑哦，我的天！其实我还是知道我很可爱的，谢谢，不用安慰我，谢谢。然后我家网可以锁，跟大家的家们都一样，呵呵。然后后面是镜子，嗨。我腿很粗，我知道。厕所里面有什么东西呢？平常我洗澡的地方。然后呢，大家一直在问的一个，我牙齿为什么那么白呢？就是我觉得啦，可能是因为我用 Chris 吗 ？Chris 这个2G 的牙膏，我都是用这个在刷牙的。大家都知道我是一个会抽烟的人，牙齿呢这样子已经算不错了。厕所也没有什么好看的啦，我不知道你们想要看什么东西，可是我尽力就好。然后我家呢是很多镜子的，各位可以看一下。来到这边呢是我的厨房，进门之后是我小厨房吧。各位，我一定要讲这个东西，这个微波炉我买了大概3个月了，只用过一次哟，是一次，对。然后这个我买了差不多快半年了。2次，我平均用这2个东西的速率呢是3个月一次，然后各位，我完全真的没有收拾过家里，然后就拍这支影片了。你们可以看到，我的毛巾还在，就是平常洗澡用的毛巾，
Hello everyone, welcome back. The issues have been sorted, everything is underway, so we can dive back in with the action shortly and continue this exhilarating matchup between Space Soldiers and Envious. If you are just joining us, Space Soldiers currently 12 rounds in the bucket, looking effective to try and pick up their 13th, whereas Envious is sitting there with only 5 to their name.
Exactly, I believe the scoreline actually before the server did crash, Jack, was 13-5, but then again...
冰箱里面呢有什么东西呢？是没有东西的，这些东西全部。
This time not HOTV confirmed.
Oh, exactly. Exactly.
So far, so good for Space Soldiers. 13-5 in the lead. 8 round advantage so far as they are on their CT side now. They lost that second half pistol after having the 11-4 scoreline. Then they instantly wiped out Envious with their force play on the CZs. Got to 12, and then obviously versus the force play again when Envious had 1 kill, CZs, the Eagles. Another very easy round for Space Soldiers. So, 30-5, eco as well, potentially for Envious. As right now, all the players have around $2,000. They can go for the force buy though, Jack, and if they do, it wouldn't be too much of a bad call because right now they need rounds on the board.
They have to do something soon, but the only downside is, obviously, for Space Soldiers, have they been put on the back burner? Everyone looked fabulous. I mean, Xantares was running through, just landing blows across the board. Paz as well, actually stepping up massively in today's games. We know Paz can be an impactful player, but sometimes it's hard for him to shine because of the sheer amount of talent that is on that Space Soldiers roster. But everyone stepping up today. Has this pause slowed them down, and will this cause issues?
Exactly, or on the flip side from that, Jack, has this pause actually made things worse for Envious, where now you have 5 to 10 minutes to really realise the situation you're in, try and stay calm, collected and composed, as obviously you are still in this one. 8 rounds behind. If you remember yesterday, Jack, they had the massive comeback. Especially today, actually, versus the Go on Cash, the massive comeback. I believe they won 12 rounds in a row to come back into that game and win it 16-13. Anyway, we are finally going live now, round number 19. It will be the eco from Envious, and a likely chance now for Space Soldiers to get to 14.
Yeah. Back into the action. Let's see how it is going to go down. So Envious not going to go for the force stunts. They keep it simple, they keep it clinical, as they will just be rocking these default pistols. Paz already trying to show off that he can deal big early damage. Peeks out, finds the wallbang on towards XMS and falls back, staying alive.
So 5 versus 4, Paz finds the first with the Galil. And it will be 5 rifles from Space Soldiers. No one investing into the SMGs again. We see that the Turkish side don't really like to go for the SMG investment. They take no risks going forward into the rounds. Instead, they rely on themselves to have the firepower from the rifles to get them their success.
Nothing is impossible.
Slowly making their onslaught through mid. It is going to be a bit of a slog. It will be definitely a hard-fought fight. Paz as well, switched off to the Galil, so if he dies, he only gives them a weak weapon compared to that M4. Xantares does all the damage though, as he'll line them up and knock them down. Paz comes in for his second of the round. Space Soldiers do pick that one up, as you should suspect.
9-round deficit now for Envious. As this may be their final full buy on their T side. And in this first map of this grand final on Cobblestone. Second map being Envious's pick on Inferno. And obviously to qualify for the major qualifier, they did win versus Optic just moments ago on that map, so obviously still a massive chance for themselves in this best of 3. Anyway though, 5 rifles get from Space Soldiers, Galil gets 5 defuse kits as well. Molotovs on the board, good utility for Space Soldiers. Like right now, with the massive run advantage, that off isn't really going to be the biggest factor.
Exactly. Let's see how it does go down though. If they get this round, Envious can still try and link these together, try and keep themselves alive. But the thing is, it needs to be consistent rounds.
谢谢小孩的10块，漂亮，有没有？抖内也不错啦，我没墨啦，你自己想办法。哎，你操你妈！你自己想办法。这个畜生！看不要害羞。
我很爱你哦。
Onto 6 outside drop. Xantares has control of the platform and actually control of Happy's life as well as he sends them down to 21 HP.
Yeah. It's good so far. Paz as well, the timing could be so impactful. Peeks out. Look at the tag, but it's not quite a frag. XMS stays alive, barely at a half-life as he's broken and bloodied as he'll reposition up towards that Excite Engin as well. On the scene of the crime, armed with the Galil, as they'll just wait to try and get a great strike off. Calix and co repositioning round, holding for the cross as they have to push in. They know this A-site is under onslaught.
Engin towards default. If he peeks out the right time, it could be so important, but actually Calix and Xantares find the frags. Happy and XMS are so low. And now just a luck play himself. Happy last alive, 20 seconds left on the clock. And you can see he will be going for the save into round number 21, but that will be now match point for Space Soldiers. And they're going to have 10 chances to finish this game off in regulation. Envious require 10 rounds on the trot if they want any chance of forcing this into overtime.
This is true. It's going to be the way going. Space Soldiers getting themselves that match point. Envious as well. Cash for what can be the final round here. Not as effective. They're going to be really lackluster on utility. Their buy is going to be weak. They have to force up. Basically just going to be upgraded pistols with a hint of utility and the AK that is on Happy.
So 2 AKs as you said. Good utility though, so they can try and go for an execution. If they want to, try slow the pace of this round down, try and get control of the map. Take control of A long, take control of drop, maybe go for an A split, a B split if they wanted to as well. As Paz wants to get the job finished.
Oh, they peek through. Paz gets the opener and the double up. Takes them down. Paz has had enough. He wants to power his way through as he punishes everyone in front of him. Happy and RPK, the last 2 remaining members on that T side of the side of Envious, as they are going to be so distraught. The Space Soldiers should pick up this victory here. Engin as well finds that headshot. Happy once more is the last alive. The final set piece that is in play. He does spray away though and finds the kill on Engin.
1 versus 4. No utility though, Jack. Has 100 HP, has his silver lining going forward, but Xantares holding off the rotations, actually loses that duel to Happy. Which means he will be sprinting his way towards that B-bomb site. Paz onto 19 HP, 1 versus 3. But a fast rotation from Major. If he can hide in towards Chicken Coop, near impossible round now for Happy to win.
Play from an angle that works quite well for him as he waits for this push to come around. Major as well, just sitting by Chicken Coop. Happy looks dubious about the commit right now as he just backtracks forward, trying to work out where exactly he wants to go, as he will be heading towards that B bomb site once more.
Fakes the jump towards drop, but there's no players close towards drop from Space Soldiers. So that jump will fall on deaf ears as Major towards Chicken Coop will spot him out eventually, goes for the right time peak. And there you have it, 16-5 as Space Soldiers claim the first map of this grand final.
Yeah, picking up a vital kill there is
the 3
side who will be your European Minor Championship champion.
Space Soldiers starting the CT side. Engin going to be buying the HE grenade actually and defuse kit, not buying the smoke.
Paz as well with the early information play. Does spot out towards second mid. Doesn't get too much info from it, but stays alive as he backs off and plays from close quad.
Exactly. We've seen how good he can be with these pistols. Major as well, another player that's really stepped up in the pistol rounds. Seems like Zentares and Calyx really have the impact with the rifles, but speak of the devil, and he shall appear. Zentares finds the first. That's going to be a 5 versus 4 now in favor of the CT side.
Oh, resplendent with confidence as well as he pushes down. You can see trying to go for more of an aggressive play. He's already got one, but he's hungry for more, and he's getting them. A second kill into the pistol as he deals the necessary damage. Falls back to the site as well as he has a teammate to play off of this dynamic duo in Engin and Zentares. Can they actually find the frags as the push will come through? They bypass Zentares. They take site control as well. XMS will be the one to put him into an early grave. Happy keeps the damage done as he deals out a killing blow on Engin, and they have B-bomb site. Oh, Happy with the follow-up frag on Calyx as well. That is just beautiful.
Man advantage now for Envious off the back of the crazy plays there from Happy. Kit was dropped towards Ruin, so there's still a massive chance here for Space Soldiers.
Very true, but Major and Co are going to have to think fast. Sixer as well catches Major off guard as he was unaware of his location, focusing more towards runes. Paz, he went huge into the first map, but can he do the same on the second? Paz with that sick kill coming through. Paz somehow finds that headshot as well. So close, but couldn't quite close it out. That was just ridiculous.
Blink, and you would have missed that second kill there. 1-0 now, even though Zentares had the first initial double entry towards Banana. It still falls in favor of the French side as they claim the first pistol of this second map. Inferno, it's going to be 1-0 now in favor of Envious. Question now for Space Soldiers is how many of these players are going to go for the Force buy? Are we going to be seeing 4 players Force? And if so, how will that impact them later on?
Yeah, how's that going to come back to haunt them? Will it affect them? Will it benefit them? More so for Envious as well. You can see the mass investment into SMGs. They want to cultivate some cash with those weapons. For Scream as well, a Galil, interestingly enough. Not the UMP being donned today. He wants to try and run rampant with that rifle, it seems.
Yeah, very different style of anti-ecos as well we've seen between the two teams. Envious, they've gone for 4 MAC-10s. They usually go for 4 or 3 MAC-10s or SMGs into their anti-ecos. Space Soldiers, though, the complete opposite. They usually just go for either 1 MAC-10 onto Major or a complete full stack of 5 AKs. So really goes to show the risk versus reward. Obviously, if you win these rounds with the MAC-10s, you stack up extra cash, but then again, you take the chance of close range. These CZs can really pack a punch.
Oh, they can do indeed. A lot of stopping power behind those weapons, but let's see if that is going to be shown off today or how this round will develop. They're looking like they are grouping up to go for this burst play towards the A-bomb site. Calyx, and he wants to try and get into a good angle, up close and personal with the CZ, but they're backing off, Snods. They've lampooned them.
So much information gathered there by Calyx is now. They know there's no players towards middle. Are they expecting the fast play towards B? As Zentares, Major, and Engin are going to be rotating in towards the side.
Yeah, perfectly done. They get there in just the nick of time. Engin as well plays on the close angle. Engin could be critical as he finds the opening frag, but the trade back comes in off a crucial one from XMS. Scream as well gives them the shutdown potential. Finds that double kill with his Galil as it will just fall into Paz and Calyx to try and make it work. Happy strikes first. Calyx will trade back. Sixer is incredibly low, but Scream was ready. That's why he goes for the Galil, so he can one-tap you down and pop your head.
2-0 now. As Envious will win versus the Space Soldiers Force buy on Cobblestone. Space Soldiers were able to claim that second round Force buy when Envious tried to run up the mid-ramp. So a turn of the tides here. And so far, so good as we head into round number 3. It's going to be 4 MAC-10s again. Galil reinvested for Scream.
We also have
another chance here for Envious where they're going to be going up against the full eco from Space Soldiers. Try and have 4 or 5 stay alive, have a clean round, stack up some cash, and really have your money blooming going into the first buy round.
We have time for one more?
Yeah. Space Soldiers basically just trying to hope for something out of this. See if they can do a little bit of damage to Envious. Maybe be a bit of a flash and a pan in the round at least, as after this point, when they can reinvest in the following buy, that is when it gets serious again. Maybe going to play around the smoke here as well, towards balcony, as he waits for the push to come in, just playing anti-flash as well, as Happy is there. This could work out quite nicely, as Happy will dive straight past him. Isn't going to be focusing towards balcony anymore. He could go big into the late round as the push will come through. Major tries to assert himself, finds the first headshot, wants the second as he taps down with the issue USP. He is dinked to 7 HP, but at least he's bound some damage.
There's a scout fly up there that he didn't have to.
Found that one kill, but eventually it seems like that's all they're going to be claiming. As towards Apartments, XMS finds that execution kill onto Major. Just going to be leaving Xantares down at 1 vs 4. Trying to see if he can do some more economical damage, but instead,
what we just saw was
we'll just
he
land
did a
a
high
dink on the
jump
screen.
and then immediately, like at the top, he shot the
So round number 4 now, first buy round of the first half.
So when you shoot
of this second map where Space Soldiers have the 1 map advantage going forward, as it will be the AWP for Major. 4 M4s as well to finish off the rest of the buy, and surprisingly this time as well, usually we're seeing Engin or Paz will the AWP, but this time it will be the IGL and Captain trying to lead by example. One of the issues here, though, for Space Soldiers is the lack of the defuse kit.
He has got the spawn for it, though, Snod, so let's see if it's going to pay off. Didn't go for the full extend round, actually runs into the wall as well. So luckily they weren't hot on his tail, as that could have been naughty. Right now as well, he has backup. You can see, I believe, Paz just playing close towards Boiler to provide support if they do go towards the A site, when in reality, B is under assault.
Xantares and Engin as those anchors towards that B-bomb site, as the Molotov will eventually fade away. Let's see, though, minute 20 left on the clock here, so if Envious can try and force out the utility fast here, they can try force out the Molotovs, force out the smokes, and then go for a re-hit towards B when they know the CT side have no utility left.
You can see trying to force a rotate early as well, seeing if Space Soldiers are going to buy into it and fall into the trap, but instead they just hold their ground. Still free players towards their A sites. They are ready and haven't overcommitted by stacking towards B. Major as well, with this AWP playing from Arch, if they do go for the burst round and don't hit from quad, he could be so effective.
Still the 5 vs 5, though, 45 seconds left. Paz will try and test his luck towards the smoke, but Major here is the real key impact player.
Major extends round, misses the flick though. Major needed to land that shot stone to give them the opener. Meanwhile, Paz and Calyx still damage as the big dog starts to nip at the heels of Envious. Happy returns the favor as he will wall bang down Major. That is the AWP gone. No chance for any sniping craziness into this round. Happy in RPK as well. Keeping it going, RPK! That was a beautiful shot to finish it on Xantares. 4 rounds for Envious here on their T side Inferno.
Major, they're missing that key, crucial first kill. And from there, Envious knew they had a chance just to run up quad. They went for the trade kill on the player's site. And as soon as that site was theirs, it all fell apart for Space Soldiers. 4-0 now, as we're going to go into round number 5. And it will be the quasi-buy from Space Soldiers. Calyx and Paz going to be investing into Kevlar, 4 CZs and a Deagle for the CT side.
Trying to go for these early opening tags, but Xantares is the one to deal the first critical blow as he takes down Scream. There's a response from RPK towards top banana. Xantares, he loves to go for these overextensions. He does want to try and get more every time. You can see when his blood starts to boil.
Such a shame there for Space Soldiers that flashbang went over RPK's head, as that could have been a crazy play towards banana from Xantares, but nevertheless it is a 4 vs 4 and RPK is low.
Well, RPK holding his ground, though. You can see on the elevated angle. Bit of a pixel shot, but you imagine the tank might be able to land it with his shells, waiting for the push to come his way, but it isn't going to go down like that. XMS as well, clearing out towards Apartments. Will he find Calyx? Calyx too fast as he flicks up with his CZ, gets one, but Happy's there for the trade. As you can see, the bomb as well, undecided, as they not quite sure what side they want to go to.
Exactly, undecisive so far, but then again, there's 2 players from Space Soldiers towards the A side, and one of them has the drop for Happy. Bomb towards middle. 6 up, 100 HP. He has to land the frag. He doesn't quite manage it. Paz will get that frag. RPK as well goes down. Pikin gets the final frag. It's going to be 1-4 as we head now into round number 6.
Working their way through, looking good. Fast round on the board for Space Soldiers there as they are actually able to open it up. The rebuys will come through. They scavenge weapons as well. That's going to be the major factor because you do actually have those AKs now in their arsenal. For the side of Envious, they have to go for the rebuy. Sixer looking like he's debating actually potentially going for an ult buy.
One of the things as well, if he was going to go for the AWP investment, he knows the money is so low from Space Soldiers, so they probably couldn't afford the AWP, but at that point you can try and really push your advantage with the lone AWP in the server. Try and challenge the players towards B, try and challenge Zantares, get that first kill towards the B side, or go for a contact play up quad, peek towards Arch, try and find that first frag onto Major. But then again, instead it will be 5 rifles for both teams, no AWP in the server, and how will that change the course of this round?
Oh. Let's see as they're grouping up and going for this play in towards B. Obviously, tons of utility ready as they want to set the skies up with the smoke soaring through. Zantares with the spray though, as he gets free. Engin as well, hammers down on the trigger as he will take down Sixer. And it all falls to XMS. Plays around the smoke because he wants to peek in slowly. But unfortunately for him, he will be caught off guard by Paz. And they do get that second round. Zantares with a huge spray there.
As they line up into his spray, dazed and confused. I didn't expect Zantares there with such a forward position as he catches them off guard and lands an incredible spray down towards the B side. 2-4 though. As we go into round number 7, Envious going to be going for the Force buy as they're going to be investing into this one. But let's see, so far Sixer has 3.8k into his bank balance, so we can try and go for the AWP to the next buyer, and if we're going to be seeing a weird sort of buy. But then again, he is the only player with money so far, and as the freeze time did eventually fade away, he fully invested now as he has the CZ double flashbang, happy as well as some utility to try and chime into this one, as it will be 1 minute 25 left on the clock. Envious grouping towards middle, grouping towards Boiler, trying to see if they can burst and rush down these rifles. Trying to get into close quarters with their upgraded pistols.
Yeah, close range angles are the only firefights they'll really be able to excel at with the investment they have in their hands. Let's see if they're given an opportunity, though. If they're given some kind of moment to strike and really get the better of Space Soldiers. They push their way through. Paz will get the first and the second as he rips his way through. It's a hat-trick for Paz. Major as well continues the dominant damage as he takes down Scream. Happy will fall short to Calyx, and that is Space Soldiers getting the round. Paz just racking up the eco frags as they walked into the meat grinder.
Once again, it's Paz and Zantares really performing for Space Soldiers as they walk in one by one. They have the flashbangs they invested into utility, and it seems like they forgot about it. As Paz, unblind, unchallenged, finds those 3 kills towards quad. As it goes 3-4. And we go into round number 8. Galil this time for Major. 2 AKs as well retrieved from the corpses from the Envious players from the previous rounds. Is going to be the tactical timeout for Envious.
Yeah, as they will try and go for this pause, discuss what needs to change, because something has to. They can't carry on like this. It's not working out well for them. 1 round away now as well from Space Soldiers actually being neck and neck and equal to them. And Envious, this T-side in Inferno is where they're going to be able to deal their most damage. This is where they can be a little bit more looser, try and set the pace, go for the style of plays that they need to do so. But they have to get that economy back in their favor to be able to do that.
Yeah, obviously going for the force buy into the last round. Sixer being the only player that didn't really go for a double down in terms of investment, so he can still buy the AWP into the next buy round. As it will be 3 CZs, P250 down to RPK, and a Deagle for Scream, but already, as I mentioned his name, he finds that first kill, finds the entry as Paz is out of the server.
Yeah, unfortunate for Paz, they're actually trying to go for more of a confident play as he did walk out. We've seen him clearing towards second mid fairly consistently. He goes for the information peak that time, felt confident in his own ability in his rifle, but didn't actually find it. Does get shut down. Happy left on 4 HP at the very least.
Then again though, even though it's going to be the man advantage for Envious, they're lacking the Kevlar across the board, they're lacking the utility, the firepower. They're unable to retrieve the AK just yet. Nevertheless though, a minute left on the clock here, as Envious are hoping and praying that someone from Space Soldiers is going to go too overzealous, too over-aggressive and give away another kill in favor of the French side, but instead, Scream finds a second.
Scream's doing all the damage in his own right now. Luckily, Calyx was there to actually respond in a mighty fashion as he finds that headshot, waiting for more as they will flood their way through. The CZ fire all around him. He's paranoid and overwhelmed as Sixer will get the better of him. But Engin with the one-taps. There's the response from Sixer, though. A 1v2, but it's the main man himself, the big dog, the Turkish boy coming in as he peeks, gets one frag on RPK. Dubious of the location of Sixer, spots him out as he needs to best him with this M4. He can be a monster with a weapon. Gets the headshot. Sixer will slip away, and that is Xantares on the retake.
Calculated 1 versus 2 there. He pushes the smoke as soon as the bomb has been planted. Essentially turns into a 1 versus 1 there, because while the player is planting, he can't aid and try to back up his teammate, as he will isolate that 1 versus 2 into 2 1 versus 1s. 4-4 now as we go into round number 9, and we will be seeing another buy round from EnVyUs. As the bomb was planted, it means extra cash for the French side, but then again, it seems like they didn't need it, as they still have $1,000-ish across the board. They will be going for the 4 AK buy, AWP onto Sixer. Utility as well across the board, as Calyx this time goes for the peak towards middle.
That's the worrying factor, though. Is Sixer now he's done the AWP, but there is a response there. There's congestion against him. Space Soldiers, though, might actually be dispatched here, as we've seen this aggressive play coming out from XMS, but he walks straight into Boiler and gets punished by Major. So him actually being able to use that speed, an advantage he had, is instantly taken away from him. Xantares as well, overextending. I thought he might have just gone for the hold here, but he's got bomb control as he finds the headshot on RPK. Only 3 Ts remain already, and Xantares will slip away.
Will be flushed out by the Molotov, but regardless, a 2-man lead now for Space Soldiers in this next buy round. So, for Scream, Sixer and Happy, how are they going to try and recalibrate their T side right now? As into this round, they're facing a 2-man deficit. AWP for Sixer, so can try and go for the peaks, try and find these individual kills, but it's going to play into the favor of Calyx. Instead, though, misses the shot, gives another chance now for EnVyUs.
Yeah, as they're pushing their way around, here's the peak from Paz, but Paz, no power plays to come through as he just has to wait. Calyx goes for the pre-fire with the AWP as well, as he will miss that shot, but at least relay the information to his teammates that Scream could have got through towards Library. They'll now be blissfully aware of it, as well as the smoke has gone down. It does zone off one angle, but they have no reason to face towards him. They can just hold. Sixer has the bomb. Scream trying to go for the one-taps. Will connect it in the end, but he's low because of it. Left on 9 HP. Sixer as well, trapped towards apartments as he is being hunted by Xantares.
Xantares towards apartments isn't actually required just yet, as Engin and Major find the final 2 kills. 5-4, and even though EnVyUs had the early lead into this game, they had the 4-0 advantage. They won the pistol, they won the first buy round. Once again, Space Soldiers claiming the first round that they won with the CZs, with the pistols on their force buy. And ever since then, the momentum and the half has gone in their favor. They brought this one back 5 rounds in a row, as it will go 5-4. 1 round advantage now for Space Soldiers on the CT side as we go into the 10th round. No AWP into the server once again, as both teams will be going down for the 5 AK buy for EnVyUs and the 5 rifle buy for Space Soldiers. RPK pushing through the smoke. Scream, Sixer towards Banana. They've already tried to test and best Xantares, and let's just say it hasn't gone in their way.
Flashbang comes out here from Xantares. Looks like he wants to try and play from this aggressive stance once more, but instead will actually slip over towards first oranges. 3 players towards that B bomb site as well. So if they do actually feel confident of going to this play, EnVyUs will be met with a very hard defense.
Exactly that. 2 extra players from Space Soldiers towards B. Uses to Xantares. And actually will be taken out the server by Sixer through that smoke. 5 versus 4 now. Finally an advantage for EnVyUs.
Smart from Engin. Get rid of the M4, grab Xantares' AK, and back off, so at least there's no additional weaponry on the floor, just in case EnVyUs didn't have a full set of AKs on prowl.
Engin, though, going to be the anchor towards the B-bomb site, as RPK will go through the fire and flames, but doesn't quite have the power to get that kill, will instead just deduct himself down to 2 HP. As Major as well will join the ranks towards the B-bomb site. Major and Engin, can they try and hold off the aggression now from EnVyUs?
Yeah, can Major rise above the noise and confusion? No, he can't. He goes down with Engin! He certainly can, as he gets fired up, starts to hammer down on the opposition and find those entry frags. The response coming round, Happy, lying in wait by the tree, just prepared for the push to come to him. If Paz goes through, it should be a kill for Happy, as he will get the spray. Eliminates Paz, and it's all up to Calyx. Calyx now lying dead on the ground as XMS will hammer him through with the AK.
Finally, EnVyUs able to find their second buy round into this second map. Round number 11, but then again, Space Soldiers winning 5 rounds in a row. They can go for the buy into this round. The only issue is for Space Soldiers, if you remember, Jack, these rounds have been close. 1 versus 1s, 1 versus 2s, 2 versus 2s, or 3 versus 3s. Their money is near to none if they do concede this round. And Centaurus has money to buy Major as well, but the 3 other members from Space Soldiers are lacking that cash. And also Engen as well going to be lacking HP, as he does go down to 27 HP, trying to go for the audacious peek towards Banana. Will be met by utility, grenades, and Molotovs.
This push coming up here. Major as well. Slowly backing off as he wants to hold from quad and wait for the push to come his way. We'll reposition, as they are a little bit paranoid of what EnVyUs can be doing. Try and play from further back angles rather than aggressive and run the risk of giving away that first frag.
Minute 10 left on the clock. The bomb still towards T-Spawn from EnVyUs. Centaurus with the flashbang from his teammate will catch RPK blind. Sixer as well. He's going to go for the reface, try and trade that kill. He does just that. The boost though towards Sarge from Paz gets spotted, and through the smoke he will tag up Sixer just a little bit.
More damage being done. You can see Engine there as well. Low HP. Major plays around the smoke as it says peekaboo to Scream though and takes him down. Just 3 players remaining on the side of EnVyUs. One of them miles away. That is Sixer. He's grabbed the bomb. They reposition. They realize they need to try and take this hit towards the B-bomb site. Happy sells a bit of a fake as well, as he has given away his presence on A, but truly they're going B.
Oh, all down now to Calyx towards the B side. He has the Molotov, but hasn't used it just yet. Has the kit. But let's see, finds the first frag, goes for the reface towards back boxes.
Plays it perfectly, Stans. He gets that initial headshot, ready for more, but XMS will rip his way through him. Exhilarating stuff as he dons the AK. Major here with the M4. What a monster as he will strike, gets one. Not quite the second, as Happy heroically is able to stay alive in the meantime. He's got 9 seconds as he needs to try and go for this plant. Surely this is the brown for Paz as he pushes through, gets the frag. Mappy couldn't do anything there. He was caught with the weakest possible spot, so susceptible as he will fall.
6-5 now. As EnVyUs, they won 1 round, but instantly now have been reset. 3 players survived in that round, but unfortunately that means 2 players had to drop, meaning Happy this time is the player of cash for EnVyUs, as it will be the buy from XMS, but apart from that, everyone else has saved from EnVyUs. 2 CZs, a Glock for Sixer, P250 for RPK, Deagle for Scream, as it seems likely that Space Soldiers can try and chain 2 rounds together.
Yeah, this should be them at least getting 7 so far on their CT side, as they want to get themselves as many as possible to help them when they get to their T-half. Engen with the opening frag as well as he lands the jumping XMS.
The player that invested as well for EnVyUs instantly taken out of the server. No Kevlar now for EnVyUs into this eco or this quasi-buy. Oh, Centaurus as well. We'll get a very well-timed shot onto Six's cranium. And it's going to be 1 minute 10 left on the clock, 5 versus 3. As EnVyUs right now have to try to discuss what to do into the next round.
Yeah, this is not a good spot to be in, especially when Centaurus is just doing filthy things such as that through the smoke as he finds that headshot on screen. The follow-up frag on RPK. Happy being tagged down so incredibly low as well, as this is going to be Space Soldiers most likely getting through with no casualties as well, because Calyx and Centaurus, they have no reason to peek now. They can just chill and allow someone like Paz to peek through and find that frag.
Exactly that. Round number 13, 5 players surviving for Space Soldiers versus the quasi-buy from EnVyUs, as it will be a tactical timeout being called, and hopefully a well-timed one at that. As right now, EnVyUs have to try and recalibrate, rethink, restructure their T side. Space Soldiers have been showing so much dominance towards Banana. We saw what happened when the T side threw utility, the Molotov top Banana, the grenade top Banana. They managed to get, I believe it was Paz or Engen, down to what, 27, 20 HP. Try and force back Space Soldiers onto these sites, because if you keep giving them so much real estate towards Banana, control towards apartments, control towards middle, Space Soldiers are working with perfect information, and you can see they have 4 players towards A when EnVyUs go towards the site. Last round that they went towards B, there was 3 players from Space Soldiers there because they have so much information to work with.
And that's the thing, that's the key difference as well now. Not only do Space Soldiers have the superior buy, they've just been able to play the style of CS that works better for them. They can play far back. They can go for the early aggression. Players like Xantares can work towards Banana. This time around, Xantares as well, straight down mid Snods. He's doing a bit of a marathon as he sprints in behind them, ready to cause an absolute massacre, as he will get the information and be able to go for this contact play in the rear. Let's see if he's got the gear to do the damage, though. Major finds 1 kill, takes down Sixer. RPK will strike as well. And here comes Xantares creeping up to try and send everyone off on a date with a coroner.
4 versus 3. Kits right now, utility as well for the City side as the bomb. Not yet planted just yet. You can see Scream with the package towards Ruin as they're trying to find another kill across the map. They haven't got the utility to go for the plant. They can't smoke and plant the bomb. They can't Molotov up Banana and force Xantares far back instead, though. They're going to be met by the pure firepower from the CT side.
That's the thing, just getting the bomb to the site is going to be the most awkward part, because you peek and you get picked apart just like that. Like vultures swarming on the corpses, everyone is down and out. There's the final frag coming through as XMS's head will go rolling off his body. Unfortunate for them, and another round going to go the way of Space Soldiers, looking dominant in their CT half now as they've actually got it together. Is there a possibility for a 10-5 half? I mean, if they win against this buy, they might actually set themselves up for it.
Yeah, even if Envious win this round as well, Jack, if it goes 8-6, Space Soldiers now have $8,000, $7,000 across the board aggregately. So they can still buy up into the final round, which means 2 more buy rounds for Space Soldiers as a bare minimum. Give them a high chance to claim one out of these 2 rounds going forward. As we go into the penultimate round of the first half, round number 14. Orb boosted from Engen now towards Banana. No resistance shown, no HE grenades, no Molotovs thrown at the start of the round to try and force them back, as once again the first frag falls in court on the Turkish side.
Naughty Engen coming in with the opening frags. He takes down Scream. Nice HE as well. Transfers just a tad of damage on everyone, but at least softens them up, so maybe that can come in handy into the late round. They have tons of utility as well here on Space Soldiers, and the initial frag going in their favor, so it makes this round so much easier. And it would be Xantares as well with the flashback. Xantares so smart as he shuts them down, systematically picks them apart. He eventually will fall to Happy, and it's just him remaining on that French side, trapped at the top of Banana, quaking in his boots.
12 HP. No utility to work with. Can't even try go for extra kills and dent the CT economy because it's right now too strong. As in the 1 versus 4, he gets put it out as well. Gets the fadeaway shot though. As right now, Major is sweating bullets, but eventually will survive. This time he falls short. 9-5. Another buy here for Space Soldiers. The money not exactly looking too hot for Envious, as they will be forced and deducted down to potentially a UMP buy. They can go for AK no head armor if they wanted to. But then again, it seems like they want to go for the CZs. They're favoring the utility here. And this is going to be 1 AK for Sixer. And right now for Xantares, 19 kills in just 14 rounds being played out.
Xantares stepping up to the mark. This is what we needed to see. The main man himself has been performing incredibly. Triumphant stuff from the Turkish team.
Major holding the angle here. The pixel angle of that. Gets the first kill again. Scream taken out of the server.
That is just deadly. Major as well, staying alive to fight another day. This is where Paz can go big. He gets the info, but has to fall back as the push is coming towards him. Engen with a bit of a bad whiff as he's able to stay alive at the very least. Awkward stuff as he duels against Happy and bests him with that sidearm. Mega arriving on the scene of the site, but Major will go down to XMS as he rips off a few shots with that M4.
Oh, Calyx to the smoke. Spots out 1 player. RPK and Sixer are now both low.
Oh, they're trying to burn him to a crisp. He can extinguish it in time to stay alive and fight another day, though, as he slips back through. Xantares slowly creeping up. Here comes the Apex Predator as he strikes with 1, takes down XMS. 2 more remain on that T side. Xantares going to push through. Calyx will find the frag. Engen for the final one, and they do get a 10-5 half.
From a 4-0 lead from Envious in that first half, it will conclude 10-5 as soon as Space Soldiers put a round on the board, it all went in favor of the Turks. As we go into round number 16, this is the potential final half from Envious, because if they lose the second half pistol, this could easily read 13-5. If they win the pistol, 11-5. They win versus the force by 12-5, and Eco will be put out by Envious. 13-5 could very easily be our scoreline going forward if Space Soldiers can claim the second half pistol. Remember as well, Jack, they lost the first half one, so even if the pistols, 1 for 1, it will be heavily favored now for Space Soldiers.
That's the only thing. The debate is, though, Snods, that T side. Can Space Soldiers continue the aggression? They've had fabulous CT sides the entire tournament. Can this time they have another good T half? Can they close it down in 2? Can they pick up the win on Inferno? The previous time they met up against Envious, it was a 16-9 scoreline in their favor. Can they repeat history once more? Sixer with the early contact.
Yeah, 16-9 in favor of Space Soldiers on Inferno. And that game was only yesterday. Regardless, though, RPK gets dinked up by Xantares. As the bomb still towards T-steps, towards bottom middle, will be making its mark towards the B-bomb site, leaving just Major alone towards A, try and sell a fake, try and sell a ruse, and force a rotation towards A from Envious.
They just wait it out now. Keeping it calm and stable. Major comes in with that frag on towards Happy. There is a trade back from Sixer, though, as he strikes with the USP, leaves him in a 4v4, but RPK is tremendously low, only on 14 HP. He's going to be very weak when they do go for this play. XMS as well in the contact phase could pay off massively, but unfortunately he whiffs it. The peak comes round, but luckily you've got old Screamy there dealing damage, Snods, as he will punish 2 of them before Paz can trade back.
Sixer with the defuse kit, RPK down onto 14 HP. As it's going to be the 2 versus 2. Sixer coming in for the retake now via Banana. Calyx and Paz as well holding the crossfire.
Oh, Paz with the opener as he lands that shot with the Glock. Filthy stuff, as all they've got to do is just hold. RPK 14 HP. What can this madman achieve? Unfortunately, nothing for the side of Envious. He will fall short. Space Soldier W provides some personal defense as he'll lose it all. He lets it slip. Scream with a 360 takes him down, and Envious get that round.
11-6 now as Envious will win the second round, forced by. Nevertheless, though, it will be a 5-round advantage for Space Soldiers going forward. Xantares there, trying to go for the heroic Mastodon plays. He got 1 kill, but eventually was traded out by the Molotov itself as he burnt alive and left it all down to Engin's hands, and unfortunately crumbled at that shot.
I think it's definitely fair to say he has been a martyr for the side of Space Soldiers, though. 22 frags to his name. Consistent damage being dealt with. 144 ADR into the matchup thus far.
Exactly. If it's not Xantares, it's Calyx. If it's not Calyx or Xantares, it's Paz. Someone steps up from Space Soldiers. Right now, the same cannot be said for Envious. Regardless, though, full eco from Space Soldiers. The chance now for Envious to get to a 7th round. And with that, versus the full eco, they should be able to establish some decent money going forward, have 4 or 5 stay alive, try and have a clean round into this one. Utilize your MAC-10 onto Happy, get $600 a piece per kill, and try and stack up your cash.
Right now, Happy as well, just playing towards Bounty, waiting the push to come his way. But he is actually going to push in, but walk straight past Happy. Blending into the scenery there apparently was Major, but luckily Happy realizes what's gone on, adjusts his glasses, and does find those frags.
5 versus 3 now. As it will be the Deagle from Xantares, trying to see if he can find a head here or there, but eventually Scream will take him down. Just leaving Engin now last alive with the bomb towards middle. Plays the Cubby, hoping that someone will walk into his crosshair and give away their frag for free. But it seems unlikely.
Engin towards mid, just overpowered once more. That's a hat-trick for Happy, and another round going to go the way of Envious. At least they're doing damage and being able to mount an offensive into these rounds. But this is where it starts to get real again. Space Soldiers, they've been sent a shipment of AKs, and they've been told to slay as they throw the clips in.
Round number 19, 11-7. No AWP invested into the CT side defense just yet. But then again, they have a plethora of utility to go forward with. 5 Molotovs, full set of utility. 5 rifles as well to finish off the rest of the CT buy. And the same goes as well for Space Soldiers. 5 rifles, no AWP yet for Engin, Major or Calyx. As it seems that they like to juggle the AWP around depending on who's feeling good with it, who has the best spawn, who has the motive into the round. Regardless, those Xantares, we saw him go towards drop and find so many openings for his team across the map. As right now he's trying to do the same towards Banana on Inferno.
He's got an appetite for destruction, Snods, and he wants it as he pushes through. Doesn't quite get the opening frag, but you can see the paranoia for Envious now already. As Xantares just creepily moving around, waiting to strike.
Minute 10 on the clock. Still a 5 versus 5. 3 players now towards the B site as Happy rotates in from Arch. And a good counterplay here from Envious as they will claim control of top banana, but not before Xantares has something to say about it.
It doesn't really amount to much though when Xantares is there, as he just brute forces his way in, kicks down the door, taking names as he slays everyone in front of him. There's the smoke response, happy, trying to play around it, Snods.
This is smart here. They aren't going to overcommit towards the B side. They expect an over-rotation from Envious, and they've read it so well. Major will be claiming the A-bomb site for free. RPK towards Speedway won't be there in time, and this might be a save call from Envious.
Ridiculous. They've got the site. They'll realize it's completely open. As you said, this is probably going to be the save. Look, everyone just backing off towards B. Envious basically going to have to concede this one. The 12th round going to go the way of Space Soldiers. And we're only 20 rounds into the action.
Yeah. May as well just throw in the towel here. As only 2 rounds were won together. And this is the thing as well, Jack. They won their force by having 2 players alive. They won versus the Eco from Space Soldiers having 5 alive. So that will mean they have a bit of a buffer in terms of their economy. If they can salvage all 3 of these weapons as well going forward into round number 20, then they will be able to put up a strong buy as well. Then again, I don't believe they... Actually, yeah, they can afford an AWP if they want to bring it out. The question is, though, does Sixer really want to challenge Xantares' first bullet accuracy towards Banana? Does he want to try and take his chances towards Apartments or towards Quad or towards Arch? As right now, it's quite questionable as to why they don't want to bring the AWP out just yet. Usually the AWP is strong versus the contact players, which we've been seeing versus Space Soldiers. They haven't really been playing a heavy execution style, as it's all been off of the kills from Xantares.
Yeah, Xantares has actually been fantastic. So predominant in being able to find the entry frags that they dearly desire. He has been the difference maker. I think that is fair to say. 24 frags to his name. Still showing no signs of slowing down as well. He's getting consistent 2Ks to open up rounds.
Exactly that. Once again, it's going to be another round where there's no AWP to play just yet. Kids from the CT side, strong utility as well to boot. As Happy goes for the jiggle peek in terms of information, trying to see if he can spot out an AWP, spot out a player, get some information for his team, and then actually Major's going to try and capitalize off the advantage he spotted. Doesn't find Happy though, finds Sixer, and now a man advantage once again for Space Soldiers.
Yeah, this is a great spot to be in, already opening up with aggression, and Major being the one getting the entry. As he leads by example for his side, they now reposition round as well as they group up. No commit just yet. Happy taking a ton of damage as well. Body slamming into him, leaving him with sub 50 HP, Snods. 1 minute and 10 left on the clock as Space Soldiers make their play towards mid.
They do indeed. 4 players towards one of the Space Soldiers. Scream though, we'll find one before he will go back into the shroud of the smoke from Arch. 4 versus 4 now, 1 minute left on the clock, and that bomb is still towards Apartments. They can still try to go back towards B. It all comes down to Xantares. Can he find the first kill? Can he find another entry towards the site and open up the T side for Space Soldiers?
Will they find success? As he makes his way towards B. Xantares not going to find anything. Scream though, back to popping heads as he deals some damage, breaking skulls and taking names. It's good old Scream. Luckily, Xantares is in the rear. He will get the drop on XMS if he pushes his way around. XMS actually going to extend through though, obviously peeking from the high angle, dubious of someone being towards the site as Xantares has to try and hold the angle. He will peek with the rest of his teammates. Xantares gets one, but Scream trades it back. The superstar headshot machine comes into a 4K. Can he make it a 5K?
Good double peek there from Envious to try and tame the beast that is Xantares, but there's another one left. Calyx now in the 1 versus 3.
Oh, Mighty Calyx dealing damage as he goes through. Calyx, critical stuff as he smashes every face that's in front of him, slumps them all and sends them packing.
Like a Hydra, this beast has 3 heads. You try to take down Xantares. Calyx is right behind you. Even take down Calyx. And then we saw a massive half from Paz in the last matchup. So many players, so many talented and skilled potential superstars on the roster for Space Soldiers. As it seems like they just take turns in this one to try and step up.
You can see the reaction there, the happiness of Mighty Calyx as he realizes what's going on. Major pumped as well, as everyone is feeling it.
Exactly. Think about the euphoria right now going through the camp of Space Soldiers. It's their first ever time at a major qualifier, let alone being in the front seat, the driver's seat, to potentially claiming the whole European minor itself.
Yeah, and make that spot even more sweet if they can find victory here today and grab first seed. Early control coming through towards Banana, but Major, he's got other ideas. You know what, you can try and take Banana control, but I'll shut you down, he says. He strikes with his AK and makes a mess towards top Banana. XMS will fire back. One shot from the Deagle is all it takes to stop the beast that is Xantares in his tracks.
Exactly that. Minute 5 now on the clock. Is the Eco coming out from Envious? Only XMS going to be back in Kevlar as they walk into the stacked wonderland of Major's crosshair. As now they fall one by one, but as I said, they're happy 1-5-1. Doesn't want to go silently into the night. The bomb is down towards this A-bomb site. Happy can try and salvage the AK for some condolences, but that's about it. Space Soldiers about to get to 14.
Yeah. What a horrible spot to be in as well. For Happy, just trying to go for the save. Oh, falls to Paz as well, so not even an AK, no silver lining. Absolutely nada coming through for Major as well. Great defense, such a nuisance towards Banana as he got through with a quad kill.
Timeout going to be called for Envious. As now they have to try think and work out how do you tame the beast that is Xantares. 25 kills so far in this matchup. The player below him on 15 is Paz. Because right now he is too hot to handle. Anywhere he goes, he's finding that first kill, he's finding that entry, he's creating space for his team. An ideal scenario for your entry fragger, especially on the map as well, like Inferno, where sometimes it can be so telegraphed, right? You get that first kill, you get that second kill, you instantly know the B site is usually clear. Regardless, though, it's going to be round number 22. The pause does conclude. What has Envious changed to go forward into this one, as they had 30 seconds to try and really recalibrate their CT defense? And it seems like the answer to the question, Jack, will be an AWP for Sixer. The only issue is no diffuse kit for the CT side, so if this bomb does go down once more for Space Soldiers, this could definitely be the final full buy for Envious.
See if that's the case, if this is what is going to break the Camel's back and leave them broken on the floor. Major straight away swifts up as he slips in through the smoke and makes his play towards top Banana. If they're unaware of this, they might actually push through. No, they must be known. The Molotov goes down, so they will try and force Major to be unable to go for any shenanigans into the round. Meanwhile, the rest of the Space Soldiers squadron is setting up towards that A site.
Major going to be keeping that MAC-10 into his arsenal. Regardless, though, the AWP has found success. First kill for Sixer as they walked into his scope. Minute 5 left on the clock here. Major alone towards the B-bomb site. Has the MAC-10, has some utility as well. Doesn't have a smoke to try smoke off CT, but can throw the Molotov, throw the flashbangs if he wants to try and sell a fake. But instead, it seems like the play will be coming towards the B site itself. Will they leave Calyx alone towards Miller, try sell a fake towards the A site? He's the one of utility. But instead, it seems they will be showing no presence towards middle as they rely just on their pure aim and individual skill to try and topple this B-bomb site.
Well, let's see if they can do it. Snod's Scream has been also fantastic throughout the series. Major, though, somehow, he's speedy. He gets behind him and he strikes dominantly as well. Scream is done. Out of commission. He is downright dead on the ground. XMS as well. His entire bomb site is set ablaze. The only option he has is to hide in the smoke and try and fight through the smog. But when he peeks, Xantares is there, dealing killing blows. Major as well. See you later, Happy, as he punishes him. Sixer will find a flick with the AWP back on towards Major, but the save has to come through.
Envious have to tap out right now. They have to salvage their weapon into the next round and throw in the towel, concede this one, allow match point for Space Soldiers, because with no kit, an AWP as well for the retake, the chance of them winning that round if they didn't find an early pick into that retake was so unlikely. You may as well take your chances again into the next round.
Yeah, and this is it, Snods. You got to play for overtime. Yep. You've got to give it your all. No second chances, no mistakes, no breathing room.
Talking about giving it your all, Major there, such a smart split-second decision to go in towards CT. He knows with the MAC-10 as well, he hasn't got the optimal firepower that he would have with an AK. He understands that as soon as they realize there was a player towards Coil, they expected XMS to be either towards first or second oranges or towards new boxes. He knew there was no one towards CT, capitalizes off of the hole, the chink in the defense from Envious, slips in behind, catches Scream off guard, and the round crumbles.
Yeah, I mean, you could see that instantly. The second he realized what was going on, alerted his teammates in what they need to do. All of Space Soldiers believing in the call, and they make it work. One round away from being your grand final champions. Surely it's possible here for Space Soldiers. Can Envious fight back, though? Can they crunch down? Can they rise against the machine and stay alive for another day?
So here.
Six up with the AWP once more.
Two with red.
Towards middle, but eventually will be falling back. As he is wary of Space Soldiers. One of the issues actually when you hold that ankle jack is because of the right-eyed peak in Counter-Strike, in CSGO, if there's an AWP that pushes up towards close middle, he has the advantage going into that peak. That's one of the reasons why you see AWPers eventually fall back. I've been on the bad end of that a fair few times.
First,
Another XMS
right here.
Alone towards the B site as Scream plays towards Speedway. Scream being the fast rotation that Envious do need as the play comes in.
Hidden behind this
scary though, not Xantara is the main man entry fragger looking to try and make an epic play in the round. Calyx goes down though. He's been critical to gluing rounds together. Engin returns to fire. XMS ripping his way through with that CZ though. Trigger frag surely not for Xantares. Is there somehow he can claw it back from the jaws of defeat in this round? The bomb is down in such a horrendous location.
2 versus 3 now. Xantares and Major. 1 round away from being your grand champions. They will get the dig, but it lands through the cement of that pillar. And eventually XMS cements that kill, leaving it just Major in the 1 versus 3.
Major playing his heart out this minor. Can he make it work into this round? Is there somehow the stars can align for this man as he pushes his way through? The ankle was covered by XMS. Peeks into the crosshair. XMS with a quad kill. Actually the ace as he comes through. That is just lunacy as he was able to find that final frag. Obviously as he takes down Xantares as well. That is just ridiculous damage. The CZ prowess he had. Those 3 frags were mental.
Yeah, we saw a very smart call from Major to go push in towards CT in the last round. As they expected 2 players, the 2 anchors being towards the site. This time though, same cannot be said as actually it was a poor call to go in for the aggression towards CT, as actually this time Envious weren't stacked towards the site, they were stacked towards CT. They were trying to play retake, so actually Space Soldiers going into the hands of Envious and also Six's scope, but not before he gets traded out.
Yeah, early trades coming through, but the thing is, you lose Major, but you get the trade back, eliminating Sixer. That is a lot of your roaming or potential taken down, but RPK set up to spray as he will roll back the years there, finding 2 scalps he could add to his belt. RPK still doing damage as well. Vintage Cedric coming through before Calyx can strike against him. The AK has been donned today. Can he force Envious to hit the deck?
Surely not for a second time. We've already seen an incredible 1 versus 3 early on into this game. Will he do it for a second time as he spots at the first play, but eventually will lose that duel. 15-9, as Envious are now only 6 rounds behind.
So close as they're starting to claw it back. They're on the long slog. There's no room for mistakes. They have to play flawless CS. RPK as well into this round. So dominant, so deadly as he roamed around, just taking names and reminding people why he is known as the tank.
Exactly. Artillery barrage there towards middle. But enough of the past and into the present. 15-9. Space Soldiers still have 6 more opportunities, 6 more chances to close this 1-out regulation. We saw them go to overtime when they had a 14-6 lead versus Optic. But then again, this is a very different lineup in a very different scenario. They've already qualified and is the pressure off of their shoulders. And with that, can they play more comfortably or will they choke this one out?
Yeah, is there somehow they can let it slip? Will they get overwhelmed? We saw in the past when Space Soldiers got really down to the nitty-gritty against Optic on Mirage. They started to panic and amongst themselves. You saw the commotion into those rounds. Luckily, though, there is a response. Calyx bites back as he will best Scream in an aim duel here with his Deagle. Engin as well, doing damage. This deco starting to work fantastically. They've recovered a free AWP, but unfortunately for Engin, Happy was there on the scene of the crime as he mops him up like a spilt drink.
Happy rotating into Arch, leaving XMS alone towards the B site. Calyx and Xantares trying to see if they can go as a bare minimum 1-to-1 or find that kill. Suddenly the B site's up for grabs. If they can retrieve the AK, they have armor to back up the picked up rifles. As right now they have the armor to go behind the Kalashnikovs. As it's going to be the 2 versus 2 kits though for Envious. And a smoke flashbang for the CT side retake.
This is the demolition duo that is left remaining. These troublesome terrorists that are in primetime afterplant. So much effective aim potential on either of these superstars. But RPK strikes first. He's proven that there's a reason why.
you? Ha! You wish to know of me? Sad sap! You step. Your only hopes are seize the button red. Don't forget.
So that's what that did. Does anything seem different now?
Look out. I see a trap nearby. I prefer to drown my sorrows with ale. No glory in this death.
I sense enemies nearby.
the end for you!
Enemies have laid a trap.
Careful, I spotted a trap.
I wonder what that did.
Maybe nothing at all.
Now, that would be cruel.
That's what that did.
I spotted something. That's what that did.
need to dry off.
As good as a new penny.
Well, what's this I've spotted? I assume you address me for a reason. More prey awaits.
That's what that did.
again!
May not look like much.
Death is at hand!
I've got my eyes on the prize.
Treasure!
Nothing but rubbish.
Look out! I see a trap nearby.
Who could have bested one of Rivellon's most ancient creatures? So we're on the hunt for something capable of taking out not one, but 2 dragons.
Delight of delights.
I suppose that's what destroyed those dragons. It's drawing water from the sea. Face the unending darkness. It looks like one, but stings like thousands. Ooh!
Sweet relief. What's this I've spotted?
Your flesh. Why? I know not. I was on board a ship from Arata. The thing I can least gossipers. They near Arata, an elfish land not so far from. When I arrived, I found we had much to share concerning our studies, and as the insinuations became increasingly vile, I thought it that. As you know, though, we never made it. Faladar is lost. He could never. And yet, if what you say is true, well, I must meet him in any case. To the lighthouse, you said? Fine.
running out a lot faster. Not a big deal here because we're not underwater for too long.
Well, it arguably made that Shazam from Misfits the best offer in NA. It's not a name that rolls off the tongue when you usually talk about that.
Yeah.
But everyone's going, what have you got against Nifty? And I guess it's a good question, right? Why is my brain discounted it from that conversation?
I think one thing that has to be said, like for the likes of Nifty, Shazam, it's like easy to sometimes fall into the trap of calling the best AWPer because they're flashy with their playstyle.
Yes.
You know, they have those highlight rounds you remember, while someone like both JDM and Skadoodle, they're a bit more, you know, laid back. They're trying to be more efficient, so to speak.
Yeah, I prefer, if I'm the in-game leader right now, I don't want the flashiest, most explosive AWPer that can have one amazing game per tournament. I want someone who's consistent, can hit the shots that really count, find me opening picks, and we have a system going there. Obviously, looking back, the highlight moment was Nifty having a screen right now. He's had some amazing wall bangs and flick shots and all the craziest things in the world. It looks amazing. So, from an outside perspective, it looks like he's one of the best AWPers there. He is very good. He is an integral part of the Machine Renegades, but overall, I wouldn't say he's probably like top 5 AWPers in North America right now. He's still learning and still getting better and better, but still not by any stretch.
Alright, okay, well look, that's the stage set. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into the map veto. And of course, we're going to have the action of the first game here of the evening major. See you.
Going market. Creeping through B doors. Now he's got to be careful here. It looks like Az has made his pick. He's gone for the salad. That's a good move. Low calories and affordable. This must be an eco round. rotating around the lunchroom, pushing up through mid. He looks to be stocking up on snacks this round. And you've really got to wonder what Azza is thinking here. That is way too much junk food. It's going to ruin his economy, not to mention his health. What?
Hey everybody, what's going on?
Yeah, there he is there. Memories. Sweet, he didn't bring it up when I
Who are you and where have you come from? Do you go by? Ooh, Eternity, do I reach? Ocean
yeah, I did ask if I could do it.
Time yet meet.
They just said, you know, you're going to be doing all that.
Fair enough. I like
oh, see the smiling.
So look, we'll take a look at it. And just, you know, get a few thoughts and sort of tease what's going to be going on over the course of this broadcast. So you can see immediately we're going into Mouse Sports versus Vanda.
Yeah.
Which, you know, honestly, that should be a one-sided affair. Mouse Sports definitely good form.
Yeah, it would be nice if the Vanguard can at least make it competitive, I think. That would be about as far as I would say it can go, but the Mouse Sports can go.
The first time I saw a Vanguard, they were making it competitive against Navi. You know, Navi, Mouse Sports, and then FaZe Clan versus Team Liquid. That's obviously the big one in the first half of the day.
Yeah, unfortunately it has the caveat of Team Liquid not using their full lineup because the roster logs still can't play, so they're using Zeus, their coach. They used them at Rolling Finals, I believe it was as well. Didn't work out all too well, didn't make it out of the group stages there. So FaZe, I mean, in this tournament, out of the all favorites in the new Challenger stage, they only lost one map to Mouse Sports. They haven't lost a single map to any of the other teams like Liquid, like Cloud9, NVS, G2 and so forth. So FaZe is, I think, a lock for the major.
I have to agree. If Steel was here, maybe there's a chance that Liquid could have a massive upset there. Best of one environment and the first game of the tournament for either team. But with Zeus in there, sure, he used to be a player, but he is not going to be going toe-to-toe with the likes of FaZe Clan today. So it should be a game that can probably get 8 or 9 rounds, but that'll be about as far as it goes.
I'm intrigued by this Flipside versus Misfits one. Me and Anders were arguing about this all day over coffee.
Oh, who are you going for?
Yeah, because I'm backing Sean Gez.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, but Anders says Markelov's got that one unlocked.
Oh, it's a major, and Flipside always seem to somehow make it to the final 16, right? So maybe they can actually do it again, who knows?
They've played every single major since CSL on Cologne 2014, and only once they didn't have to go through the qualifier stage pretty much, or every single time actually had to go through the qualifier stage.
The maddest thing about them is you actually don't see them at any other tournaments, really, throughout the entire year.
They played 6 tournaments in 2017. How mad is that?
Yeah, it is crazy. You never see them anywhere, but they're always at the major, and to be fair, they always do serve up some of the most atrociously dull games. I just want to put that out there.
It's true.
I sat through that one out last time they were out when it was like, what was it, 80 rounds?
Yeah.
Please end like someone. Sprout versus Space Soldiers. I've been doing a lot of press in the build-up to the majors. You expect. I'm saying Space Soldiers are the surprise element.
I absolutely agree. I think they're one of the most talented, underrated teams we have in Counter-Strike right now. The amount of skill they've got in that team is unbelievable. And we're going to see some fireworks go. I think they're destined to make it to the top 16 and maybe even a bit further. Who knows? It's going to be excellent.
Sprout does have the experience, though. The likes of Dennis, Speedy, and Crystal, they made the playoffs at the majors even before, back in 2015, I believe it was. So, also, I go with Space Soldier just because Sprout is just a ridiculous name to have for a team.
And then, yeah, Cloud9 versus MBS. That's going to be an interesting one to close out the day. But I am told we're about to get into the big van. So let's do it, guys. This is Yanko's kind of wheelhouse.
I can have a go as well.
All right, if you want to fight, do it. Have an arm wrestle. You're good at that, Henry.
I'm sure of that.
Yeah.
I'll let him go first, and I'll let you know if I agree. How about that?
So here we go. So you can see the results are in. So Vegas Squadron have gone with Mirage. They had the choice. Renegades are choosing to start on the T side. What do you make of that, Yanko?
Yeah, as I said previously, their map pools overlap a little bit. This is a great map for both teams, and the interesting thing here is the Renegade choosing to start on the T side. I think it's actually even at this point in terms of sides, but that way you get to start off, you get to dictate the pace of the game, and I think as a favorite, that's probably what you want.
Yeah, I agree. It's the CT side which can be harder in a new environment. First game of the tournament. The M4 is obviously requiring more aim and control. The AK is running around as a group, as a pack, managing to get in there, and that's what Renegades come in.
All
All right then, so it is time for prediction. The teams are ready. So Yanko, who you take?
Renegades.
You take Renegades, and what people at home might not know is Henry G is a bit of a stockbroker these days. That's why he's got those Wall Street glasses going on, that tweedy impertinent jacket that he's wearing.
Yeah.
He made a fortune in cryptocurrency recently. So which coin is trending here?
I'll have a look at the markets and the trends coming in. There's a massive spike towards Renegades coin, so make sure you invest in that and dump all your shares in Renegades coin.
Oh. and you want to know what's happened? We had a brilliant probe set up there, and then it's like, nope, we've just had a little crash. So
brilliant! So that was going really well.
Yeah, it was really going really well. So yeah.
Any more fire in the chamber?
Well, no, that's kind of. I did take my wind out of the sails a little bit there with all the crypto talk. But anyway, you can elaborate on that, I suppose. Then Henry, you can elaborate on your prediction.
Yeah, okay. I feel like Vegas Squadron, they're definitely going to have a chance to win this one. Mirage is a map almost every team knows how to play. It's going to be one of the first you start out with. Everyone plays it a very specific way. It's all about the defaults, the map control, the execution towards A. I feel like if Vegas Squadron, especially on the CT side, we talk about them being loose and aggressive, I think that's going to be a key to victory here. If they can do that on the CT side, get in their grills, make them feel uncomfortable, make sure they can't run their defaults, throw a spanner into works every single time, which they're going to do on this map, that's going to be the most exciting factor. I'm sure Casado will be watching the demos, he knows what he's up against here, he knows aggression will be coming through, and he'll be playing very methodical, slow Counter-Strike here. But still, yeah, Renegades, I thought they'll be able to handle that with Casado there. The Vegas Squadron definitely will make it competitive, and I think we'll get double digits, so Renegades will win.
Yeah, what do you make of the sort of pick here? I mean, like, I really like Renegades on this map, honestly.
Yeah, I think Vega would have ideally wanted trained Renegades cast, but they end up on Mirage, which is the middle ground for both teams. Yeah, and I think Renegades have obviously more experience on the map. They had some great T rounds, and this is one of those maps where Naf really can deliver for the team. You know, he bailed them out a couple of times with some massive clutch rounds. So if things start getting shaky, look to him to maybe give them that boost and maybe win a couple of crucial rounds for Renegades.
I mean, I was trying to like look at the form guides. It's really hard to sort of gauge where Vega are at the moment, you know, because you look at the caliber of opposition they're playing. I think the CIS region's been jumping recently. It's produced a lot of talent, some good teams. They've been getting to events and sort of having
the fact they have
performances, but you're still playing amongst each other. If you're not getting to the big tournaments regularly, I mean, Renegades definitely have that experience.
Absolutely. The thing is, we were able to kind of nurture this talent in the CIS region with their own qualifier in itself. Obviously, some of the big names like Na'Vi, Gambit, they're already being qualified for this event, so they get a chance to showcase themselves and get to these events sometimes. I feel like they have got some great players. I think JR's going to be able to look out for Mirage, especially in the
I did mention him earlier. I talked about Chopper a bit.
Yeah, I think JR, he's another very flashy, very unconscious person who likes to get in your face with no scopes, and he can be quite difficult to handle there. So that's going to be exciting, and I hope Mirage does bring some of that fire. They do get aggressive. I want to see them bring their best version of Counter-Strike today. That's where they do their best work, the unpredictable nature of it. Like Karrigan said, he hates playing against
Yeah, I think like Vega, when they played Mirage last time on the big stage, one of the struggles that they had was actually their CT side, because they were going for mostly that retake type of a setup on the A bomb side. They were giving up a lot of control, and then they didn't really execute the retake properly. So since they started the CT side here, I think the psychology aspect has really a lot of impact at the majors, because you know it's such a big stage and everyone's feeling a little bit nervous. So maybe go for some setups early on. They're a bit more aggressive. That way you don't need to depend on an individual player. You team up and it makes it easier, not as much pressure on your individuals to deliver.
So I've been told another server reset coming in, so we're going even deeper here.
Hello everyone.
Time to talk about tactics.
Hi, Colonel. Hi everyone.
Oh, perfect for him.
Yeah.
What's your favourite Vegas Squadron tactic?
Yeah, we only have two.
I think the Delta split is actually really, really interesting that they do. It was invented by Shander, and I think that B split really delivers for them time and time again.
Yeah.
Something that might be interesting for some of the more hardcore fans is the way map veto works. It's ban all the way, 2 bans, then 3 bans, and the last team gets the last ban. Obviously, also that way they pick the map, the opponents get to pick the side. So no randomizers, nothing like that.
I like this one. I think it's brutal. I think it's cool the fact you don't really know you're playing in the second round, like you don't know what's coming next, and it's kind of cool like that. You can't really prepare too much. Sure, you get information you can play in the first round, but from there on, you don't know what's going to be happening. And I think it really tests the teams and how they can handle themselves on the fly and whether they can actually handle the pressure. I think it's cool. It's cutthroat, but I like it a lot.
And upset potential might not be great for the purists, but you know, at the end of the day, for the neutrals, it's awesome, right? Yeah. So there you have it. But anyway, good news, gentlemen. We can stop stop waffling on and go watch some Counter-Strike. I'm sure everyone's grateful for that. And that means it is now time to throw it over to the Boost Mobile caster desk, where we have, of course, got Anders and Moses. How are you doing, guys?
Very well, thank you, Richard. It's going to be great to get started. First game of the major, I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, this kicks it all off, right? This is going to be, I mean, this is always an exciting way. They set up the best way to start the year that I can think of is having the major. And obviously, what better way than this new look Renegades? It's so impressive.
Yeah, I feel like they could show a lot here, couldn't they? But I still think the best of 1-4 against a team like Vegas Squadron is not going to be easy. I think they're going to be equal.
Vegas Squadron is one of those teams that just has so much skill, but like they still make some questionable decisions, but that always makes for like a really fun, really exciting kind of style of Counter-Strike, because it's basically like playing in a practice, which is always good.
That's what you want to see. I think it's going to be exciting. I definitely don't think it's going to be boring. Richard already mentioned Chopper is one of their players. I think Mir is another one who's got very limited experience, and yet he's playing like he has. Like, he doesn't seem to be affected that much by pressure. Still making good decisions, and yeah, I think he's worth watching as a player.
The important thing is they might have limited experience, but this might be the last time we can actually say that, because we've seen Vega at past major qualifiers, we've seen them in a couple tournaments here and there, so I mean they're starting to really turn into some experienced players, so now they have to start kind of putting the whole package together. Now the other side of things, you know, Renegades is a team that definitely has so much experience in like this core of Silo, Aza, and JKS have been playing for quite some time. They've been to some huge tournaments, and they don't have really results to speak of until just these past 6 months when they won the Star Rapids.
The big question is, how are they going to be here on day one? It's pretty early here in Atlanta, and I mean, what kind of player were you back in the day? Would you rather play the early matches or late matches?
You know, back in the day when we had to walk uphill both ways, you had to play both. The tournaments went for all day, so you played in the morning and you played at night. So I'm just not really a morning person, am I? Either way, Pistol Round is live with this opening match of the E-League Major, and Renegades, pretty big stack towards this B-bomb. So there's 3 players here. This can be dangerous if they commit to this, and actually great mid control. JR is already pushed up towards top mid. He's getting massive amounts of information, so much in fact, there's not even a single defender in the A-bomb zone.
Oh, but he got spotted. Nah, just crouched with the Glock, and it's so good now. Crescendo with 2 big headshots, taking down Justillo and Asa. That's going to be a big problem. Still wants to fight it, and that might be a big mistake. They've got the lead. It's time to back off here, and he's going to stick around. Nifty will take him down. Just like that, Renegades are back at even footing, so they're going to be fine with this.
It's actually incredible they're able to come out with this sort of a situation on the Renegade side. They seem so boxed in, and you can see now all of them retreating, all of them clearing out all this map control they never had. They have no idea where Vegas Squadron could be. Chopper, knowing how much of a rotate, how long they have to go, he's going to get aggressive towards A-ramp, so he can get an early spot. He can choose to continue to push. The question becomes, when does Renegades make their decision?
One of those USPs that's always a little bit scary when you're on the CT side. You pick up one of those great pistols, especially on a map like they're going to be stacking up 3 in the middle, starting to make their way, it looks like, towards the A-bomb side of the bomb, leading the way. Chopper could be in a great position here.
They're going to be fine with them going towards the A-bomb zone, because if you're Renegades and you have to clear A-ramp, there's only 25 seconds. You don't have time to do everything perfect to get all these angles cleared out, all these corners. If he peeks, he can stop this plant. That'd be huge. They're watching for that peek, but there's the kill. Great round from Chopper, and now he can just wait patiently.
That's almost perfect timing. The last one left is going to be Naf, and he is not hitting the shots quite yet. He needs to get that kill quickly. He's low on health. He's going to get the one on Hutchie, but already they're on the bomb defusing. It's going to be a long defuse as well without the kit, but they're sticking it behind. Still holding it down. Naf gets dropped, and now they're going to pre-seal the defuse. They will have enough time for it. Vega are going to pick up the pistol round, and honestly, Chopper, I mean, that's just such great positional work.
That's the tough part if you're going to have a stack towards one side of the map on Mirage, and then you run into trouble and you want to go towards the other bomb site. It's such a long way, and there's so many different ways that the defender can push up and grab an advantageous position. He could be on A-ramp, he could have pushed towards T-spawn, he could have been at Palace. All of those are just so detrimental to getting the bomb planted, to having a good post plan.
And in a different scenario, I mean, later in the game, Renegades would have had, maybe a smoke to get the plant down, or they would have had a smoke to block off CT spawn, so they could have had a better plant. Like, there are so many options that you don't have in the pistol round, and that obviously hurt them as well.
Well, naturally as well, coming from the mid connector in only 20 seconds left, you don't have time to go towards CT spawn and clear that out. You don't have time to go towards A-ramp, so you just kind of have to plant exposed towards mid, which is exactly where you came from.
Oh, there it is, the double grenade. I was waiting for it. JKS and Ustilo both get bombed. No bomb plant happening in this round, which is great news for Vega. You don't want to give them that little boost, the $800 bonus for the entire team, even if they lose the round. So instead, Vega are going to be up 2-0, and Renegades still going to be an A-case.
Yeah, they're going to go for the early buy in the third round because of that plant, not investing anything into that previous round. JR is going to have the AWP. That's a big advantage that Vega's going to be able to have, considering, you know, Hutchie's still on, you know, an SMG, so is Kashander, so a couple weapons there that they're, you know, a little bit of a disadvantage, but in certain situations they can be so deadly, as we know. So the off on JR, gonna head towards the stairwell, peeking down towards.
Oh, we're refugees, my liege. Those devils would have. Oh, it was not but a small bravest beast of burden in the. Why, it would be folly to abandon a bandit killer in a wood full of bandits now, wouldn't it, your knightship?
That's quite a lot of responsibility on him.
Besides, all our worldly wealth is strapped to his back. And yet, we can hardly stay here forever. Oh, we'd be mighty grateful if you would. Without Alfie, though, our predicament is clear. And the biggest problem is that Alfie, we are, my liege. Though, like,
he's cleared out a lot of space, so Vega's going to be comfortable with these 4 players over towards A and connector.
We should try to heal Alfie first.
But he's going to be very isolated if they can make their way up catwalk. There's
he carries your belongings after all.
I'm glad you agreed Alfie needs to be saved before we...
Chopper, he goes down. There's the follow-up peek from Kashander.
Oh dear, my nerves are all shot.
Chiming in. App has been great for this Renegades team. He's going to have to be the sole player splitting in this attack.
Close with the MP9, this AK is going to chew him up really quickly. He needs some sort of backup and quick. In the corner, there's the first headshot. Great kill from him. He's still alive and buying time. It's only 33 seconds here. They are going to get down, and if he will get the bomb plant here,
left behind in Hunter's
Edge. And this
no! You're hurting him, Sir Knight. Oh, no wizard's tricks.
No surprise element for Vega Squadron.
That's definitely a big mistake, just making a lot of noise. They do have kits, so they didn't need to be quite that quick. Flashbang can make the difference. One of them goes down, and they're starting to move a little bit closer. He wants the AK-47. There's the AWP coming in here with the kill.
Nothing I can do.
In the back line, behind the bench, he's going to get one kill, and he escapes. And this is just great
work. The wound, I would.
Take the fight because he's
I'm afraid I'll need to
for it. Tries the shoulder peek, and he now knows there's no defuse happening. Mia will get the shot anyway, and he's out of time. Has to run away. Yeah, he's not even going to make it out of the bomb zone. So great round for Renegades.
Yeah, they're going to love that. Really, really good job.
How brave you were.
Platform. A lot of that was Vega not really adjusting for it. He's on some support at some point in that round. Especially considering Vega, they have to beat all the defenders towards the A side of the map, on the other side of mid, on the other side of connector. It's such a long rotate to get over there. So Renegades plenty of time to get in good positions.
We've outrun the Orcs and we'll outrun these highwaymen
Vega, though, and they're going to buy back
I hope so, my love. But Alfie wounded, so what can we possibly do?
2 and 4s, a CZ,
a solution will present itself. I know it. Legionnaires are bound to patrol the area, aren't they?
Emphasis towards the B bomb site for Renegades early on in this game, and that timing, that's so rough. It just doesn't happen. Mir's going to get the perfect timing. There's the flank, but oh, he botches it. He misses the initial shot. He misses everything, in fact. He's done damage, but that's not enough, and that's probably going to decide the round. They have the B bomb site.
You are bleeding, Alfie.
And that's a hard play. They're going to give this up and just save these weapons.
No, you're hurt.
How did they get out of this one? I mean, they are going to be quite far away, so I don't think Renegades are going to try and throw away too many weapons just hunting for them. You can do that a little bit later if you've got a big bank on the Renegade side, but right now, if they come out with a win and saving those AKs and even the M4, that's going to be good news.
Especially considering the save ball from Vega came
out
so
you are
quick.
bleeding, Alfie.
There's
nothing I can do.
No reason to risk too much if the Renegades maybe send one person in nap with the MAC-10.
Address the wound, I'm afraid
that was such a good timing that Mir hit, and just the fact that he misses those shots. It's almost as if
bones knit, skin heals.
Turn that corner when you get up the stairs and everyone's looking away from you, and you feel like you have the perfect shot, and that angle just kind of tricks him out a little bit. But if he'd been more patient and just walked up behind us, that would have been so deadly.
How brave
but it's really worth, I think, pointing out, because in a best of one, you don't get many chances like that. I mean, you don't have that many rounds you can throw away like that. So if you do it, you know, once or twice, that could be it. Like, that could be the difference between you coming out ahead And even
oh, how good it must have been. Bjorn's a blacksmith. Of some renown, as a matter of fact. Oh, I do hope you can... What is there left to say, really?
What do you say, your knightship?
Renegades, boys,
I'm glad you've agreed.
Losing pissed around. So aggression. The off is going to have to sing true. And JR's getting burned out. He's down at half HP, getting spammed. No response. It's a stack on Catwalk. There's the push. Renegades now knows that they've lost
How
two
are you
players.
holding up, my sweet?
Still
not too tired.
Good position.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me. But how about you close your eyes for a bit? Have a rest.
Close my eyes in the middle of Lucula Forest? Chances are I'll never open them again.
This is very good.
We must remain vigilant.
It does catch them off guard as well. He's going to hit the headshot on Mir. I think that pretty much seals the round. That was just really good movement from his point of view. He locked in the one weapon that Vega needed to get back in the round.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's tough for JR. Awkward timing, burned out by the Molotov. That was pretty much the only weapon they could have relied on in that. So it's going to be 3-2. I believe we'll see another save round out of Vega
so
as they
close to our
build up
goal.
some of the money before reinvesting.
Oh,
Don't you worry, my sweet. We've outrun the orcs and we'll outrun these highwaymen too.
They actually are. They're going to
oh, I hope so, my love. But with Alfie wounded so, what can he possibly do?
But this is big implications.
A solution will present itself. I know it. Legionnaires are bound to patrol the area,
in a really awkward situation.
If you make a buy like this, I would say probably you should be tempted as the CT side to try and be a bit more aggressive, you know, because if you just wait around deep in the bomb sites, you're not going to have a kit to defuse if that happens, and you're going to run out of grenades pretty quick.
Yeah, you can make some kind of a play aggressively while you have the utility.
I'd add some of those blue mushrooms we saw to this here hodgepodge.
Smokes and
but my
flashbangs,
uncle
but if
added
it
them
comes
to
into
his
a
dinner
late
once,
run
and he saw blue
Renegades
goblins
has
for a
all the
fortnight.
advantages there.
About it. I mean, Chopper is pretty close to the A ramp. He could be sneaking around the corner. Even that would be enough. In fact, he's flashed in by a teammate. So JR sort of flashes him in and at least takes a peek. Down in the middle again, it's Renegades trying to get that control. Spraying.
How brave you were.
Shanda, but yeah,
but how you have suffered
so far
for
been
it.
pretty successful, Renegades, at actually getting
I
it.
can't believe we're stuck here.
Vega's
So
almost
close to our
posturing
goal.
some kind of delayed aggression.
Oh,
We had one catwalk, one window, and one in connector. And so far, there's the first player spotted. There's the peek from here on catwalk, and it works perfectly. They basically had a 3-player crossfire in mid, a triangle of death that works so well.
Well, they were all busy trying to barbecue Kashenda. That's why they were all looking that way, because they knew he was trapped in the corner. It was actually a great Molotov from Renegades. I think that works almost all of the time. Smoke disappears. Azza gonna go for the fight anyway. Naf gets a kill on Kashenda. Can he win this fight? Hutchie's gonna take him down. That would have been the big turnaround there. Now,
This hammer has more than one target.
just doesn't have the time or the bomb. This is not gonna work.
It's going to be so difficult. He's been playing so stellar for this squad since he joined the roster. Big reason why they've had some of these great results, but you're right. The longer he takes with some of these fights, he's spotted out one, he waits for the peek, he reads it perfectly. He can't win the fight. So Vega Squadron on a risky buy. They survive it and they get the win. It's 3-3 now.
I always feel like there's a sort of subtle debate on this map about whether or not on the CT side you want to take the fight head on for the mid control, or sort of lure them in a bit and then try and fight for it. Sort of what Vega did in that last round. And I guess it's a stylistic difference, but it's always worth noticing what kind of defense we're talking about, especially in that middle area.
Well, I mean, you can see in the early stages of this half, in the very early stages of this round, in the second and third round, they had a heavy lean towards one side of the map. They really got information towards B and tried to have a strong defense. And now a couple times they've noticed that Renegades in this default, if you're just going to give them free mid control, it's going to be tough to stop things. So that was kind of the purpose of that last round. You can see they've switched things up again. They're not going to have that emphasis in mid, so they've proved that they can stop it. And now they want to go to a more standard setup to kind of see how Renegades is going to react.
Set up beautifully for an eventual B attack. I mean, that would be everything that they really wish for in a round like this. Hutchie's been forced back quite a bit, so you have to wonder if they can keep this setup forever.
You have to wonder, they've got a lot of faith in Hutchie to have this kind of a setup. This is a couple times we've seen this, especially in gun rounds. Especially if you look at the angle he's guarding that B bomb site from on the mini-map. He's so far, there's not a whole lot of information you can get before that hit comes in. So they've got to be very careful on how they rotate it. Try to be turned into a lurker here, as this is going to be a heavy play for the bombs, exactly what Vegas wants.
See how this plays out. The flash is way in. This is going to be a critical round to win if you're on the Vega Squadron. You need to keep that economy up and going. Renegades just one round away from resetting them once again. Down to 30 seconds, and JR moving away from the AWP as the push is about to come in. Justillo making his way through the smoke, trying to check the corner. It's Chopper and JR instead. Justillo comes back in. Asa as well helping out, but they're just out of time, and he's alone. He's going to go down, and JR with a great defense there for the triple.
There it is. That defense, exactly what Vega wanted. That was really well done. A good read. 4 players stacking up towards the A bomb site, and Renegades just couldn't handle that amount of bodies to take out. The lurk doesn't do enough, and I think Oz actually, he got forced into a more aggressive play than he wanted to coming from mid as his teammates kind of started getting whittled down. Great job from JR. It's always risky to have an AWP in this position because you can see there's multiple different angles he's got to worry about. Probably basically four angles that he's going to have in mind. But it helps so much when you have those 3 rifles to support all the different angles. He can do much more wrong.
He had that set up pretty much from the beginning of the round, so great job on that. I mean, maybe they've been watching a couple of demos, reading some tendencies, and trusting Haji to hold B alone. That all worked out very well for Vega. And I think that's quite a comforting sign if you're a fan of Vega Squadron. You should think, oh, okay, that maybe they have done more research than most people maybe imagine.
Well, now, one of the things that Renegades can do moving forward when they get back towards the AK-47s, they're just hoping for a plan here, but it's not looking likely. One of the things they can do, instead of setting up in that default of being kind of passive across the map, if they find ways to be aggressive enough to kind of make presence known, defense, get into some kind of a battle without committing too much, then you kind of force Vega to make a decision on where they want to rotate earlier on in the round. They can't stack 4 players over towards the A-bomb site. They have to make a decision. Punchy, if he sees someone over at the bomb site, they have to call someone back just to keep honest. So Renegades, moving forward, I think hopefully they make that adjustment of saying, we're going to pressure this bomb site without committing.
Well, Molotov to cross out of the window, and we are down on the low ground to pick up all those kills. It's not a bad way to get the round done with, and as you said, no bomb plant happening for Renegades in this round. Actually, something that I really enjoy about the way that, especially Mid and Vega, are not giving Renegades a lot of fights. If I was on Renegades with JKS and Nifty, I would happily have a fight with anyone on Vega. I would say, let's go. You know, like that would be the best way to open a round, just a straight up AK fight. And they're not really getting many of those. It's kind of hard for them to find that one pickoff.
Again, I think it's a lot of it is that aggressiveness. They're not going for a lot of it, are they? It's not that they're not they can't find it. It's that they're not even really attempting it. So we'll see if that changes.
JKS could overall ramp against JR while that mid is again being won. Kashenda goes down to Asa. That's the way they want to get started. Spot that out. Naf does get dropped, but Mir survives only on 12 health. That's just not very much. And now JR has to go big. He gets the shot on one. He's trying to get hunted down. Asa gets the kill on Mir, but somehow they've reset into a 3-on-3. It looks like JR was about to get run down, but now he's in a lot of trouble. He's hiding and trying to see if he actually will get into apartments. That's miraculous almost.
That's a beautiful play from Asa. Asa got the pick off in window, and Justillo knows that someone's got to rotate to cover that up. And JR here's the peak, but they've spotted him out already. Just pre-firing the corner, just keeping bullets there. Now fire. That means Hunchy's got a free shot, but he's traded off immediately. It's JR. They know exactly where he is. Half HP. He's going to go for this. It looks like he's going to line up, and of course he is, being highly aggressive.
Very tricky to try and get this one done, and Renegades are doing the perfect thing right now. They're not showing themselves. They want to lure him all the way out on that balcony before they try and fight him. Just a shot to bait one out. He realizes one guy's swimming in the stairwell. Very hard for him to realize that JKS is still down there, and he's going to get dropped. Renegades win the round, and in a great style there. I have to say, when Hunchy gets that kill and makes it a 2-on-2, if he had fallen back into the CT spawn and not tried to take the second fight, that could have been a bit of an interesting scenario.
Yeah, you never know if you can actually get away with that, though. So I mean, fair play to him. It was a good stop of the plan at the very least, or a good job, getting some attention away from his teammate. I think he tried to be over-aggressive to compensate and allow JR some space to work. Pan out, but that's a cool round from Renegades. Obviously picking up the aggression, a 3-man core essentially. There's the jump out. Nifty looking for that fight, but he's not going to find the kill.
I didn't realize JR went to jump down. I think they must have spotted him. He's on borrowed time here. Now he's in a lot of trouble. Grenades surely are going to be the next thing coming in. He's putting up one Molotov. Oh, there's 2 for 1 instead. There's Nifty and Naf go down, and Mir with the backup. Miracle happening there. JR probably should not have been alive right now. And JKS and Asa are now going to be a 2 versus 5. Explain that for me, Moses.
That's obviously very, very well versed from JR, that kind of a play. Nicely done from Choppa, but jumping down, obviously spotted out. He had some help from teammates, but the Molotov he throws over into that corner, it's not going to flush anyone out, but what it does is it prevents them from peeking from that side of the boxes to punish him, so he's able to watch the left side perfectly at top mid. That Molotov, no one from Renegades, and they line up for him. You can see they both had to go to the other side. That's beautiful.
And Justillo actually wanted to help his teammates out, but as he walked out from behind that right side pillar, he got flashed as well. So everything was really well coordinated. Good flashbang that flashes Justillo, but doesn't flash JR down there.
This is a very cool Vega squad we're seeing. A definite improvement from the last major qualifier where we saw him at. Some obviously tactical plans have been worked on both individually on a team scale. So far, it's yielding them good results. They're up 6-4.
Oh no,
that's not ideal.
No teammates. Not all right. But it was a round where they just had pistols eco around, as it were. Mir and JR, they're really leading the board right now, which I think that's what you want to see.
Yeah, 14 and 12 kills, that's great. I think the worrying sign is if you're a Renegades fan.
Blight to kill Blight.
Nifty and Nap, two of the most high-powered players that we've seen towards the end of last year, both having really, really slow starts. We made a lot of talk, Desk made a lot of talk about
Anoint the land, +7.
America. He's been quiet, also the in-game leader, still very young. Nap has been stellar for this team since he came in, but today, this first game, both of them having slow starts.
Double now in the hands of Vega Squadron. How this all plays out. Starting in round number 12, we do have a timeout. We are talking about Vega playing well, but I'm not really super panicked with Renegade yet. I still think if they can get the AWP up on the CT side, they can probably grind this game back, even if they're really far behind.
What you're doing if you're Hassan right now is you're saying, we have there's 4 rounds to go essentially. You want to get 2 of them, right? You want to get at least half the mini rounds, get up with 6, especially considering, by the way, they lost the pistol. They lost the first. So I mean, if you get these up to 6 and you win that second half pistol, you're going to put yourself in a very, very nice spot. So still very, very attainable, this victory for Renegades, and obviously a long way to go for Nifty and Nap to get into the game. And look at the aggression from Vega Squadron. Shander and Hachi both here. Mir pushing again in underpass. They've had some freedom in underpass actually from the defensive side.
Yeah, that's a good headshot. There is no armor right now on Renegades either, so even if they've bought some pistols, I think this is still around to more or less be discounted. You're still going down to Hachi. Just picking up that other AWP, and since he's playing alone on B, that's quite a big comfort, isn't it? Just playing with that AWP. He's not now, but in the previous rounds.
Yeah, it'll be a very nice tool to have. Even blind. Oh my god, the second one as well. Completely blind and pulls out the USP. A little bit of luck on his side, but he makes it look good.
That's all you need every once in a while. It's better to be lucky than be good, Moses.
It really is.
8-4, moving into the 13th round. That's the principle I've applied, athlete rounds. It's all about.
Yeah.
3 kills for Naf, you were pointing it out, and 2 for Nifty. I mean, we don't want to sort of stomp on them too much, but that's got to change.
Yeah, it definitely does. And I mean, especially if they want to get up towards that 6 rounds.
Well, what's this I spotted?
What happens here? Definitely, if you switch over to the CT side and you have a couple players having bad games, it's going to be much, much more difficult. They've picked up the pace and the aggression once again. This yielded them a round just not too long ago, and this time it's only Kashander in mid. Again, they're doing that heavy lean towards the A bomb site, that 4-1 essentially, and that's a critical fight for Kashander to win. Look at the wraparound winner, they've already boosted up. Oh, this is going to be so simple. I think that's Azza that's in CT spawn already.
He is going to have to be a big hammer on this A-bomb side, otherwise it's not going to work out. They do have a 4-man stack here, Vega, so he has to get 1 kill and stay alive, or 2 and go down. One of those 2 options, and then maybe they could do it. There's JR already in drop, but long range against Choppa, he's going to be down. And in the middle, you're still winning a big fight. A lot of trouble here at the A-bomb site now. Mir getting one with the AK-47 and Nifty. Can't quite get the shot through the box, and hiding back there is Mir. Finally, he goes down. Choppa still alive, leaving Nifty in a 1 versus 2, and the fire blocking him off. Nifty gets the kill. And now it's Haji coming in from the middle. He's got that 75 in hand, and Nifty's on just 6 health. No grenade though on Haji. This is maybe the whole first half on the line here.
Nifty's not sure how he wants to play this. You almost want to use all the time you have and force Haji to make the peak. It's all about the timing. This is where that luck really does come into play.
A little bit of noise Hutchie's jumping down. Oh, a headshot! Oh my god! Nifty picking up a triple and winning the round. That's unbelievably fast. Just as we were setting him up, Red Moses, that is what we've been waiting for.
That is absolutely what we've been waiting for. This is so quick, so fast. Just spots the barely Hutchie peeking over those stairs. That is so dirty, and that's what's got people very excited about this guy as an AWPer. And a round like that, a huge clutch at a critical moment, it'll help you forget about the fact that you're sitting at less than 33 ADR with only 5 kills. I think he got 3 kills in that round, plus the clutch with 6 HP. So that's huge impact for a player who's struggling. And that's the important thing, is finding ways to have impact for your team. He's put them in position to have a very nice half.
Just a beautiful shot. And you could argue it both ways. Maybe Hutchie should have waited for the sound of the bomb being clicked, but if he plants on the other side of the boxes, then the pressure is on you. So what do you do, right? It's just a little bit too early.
It's also, there was time as well when that one-on-one started, with like over 40 seconds left for Nifty to have just bailed out and ran towards the B bomb site. So Hutchie as well is feeling pressure of not having control of the clutch, right? You don't know where your opponent is, you don't know where the bomb is, and he's just trying to find information. That's what makes that speed of that shot from Nifty so important and so impressive, is that he punishes just an information play from Hutchie.
And look at the change in the defense here. A little bit for Vega at least. Putting me early over at the B bomb site. Maybe anticipating something. Nifty not hitting the shot half blind there. Definitely possible. Now Hutchie's in position. This could get very scary. He's in that corner of the smoke. Try and flush him out with the blind shot. The smoke and the Molotov, and top mid, Kashanda kind of throws it a little bit away then.
Obviously not realizing as well there's going to be that pick. That's not a designed play, so unfortunate. Maybe makes a different decision if he had time to consider they have man advantage. But regardless, this is what Vega's been doing for a lot of this half, is having some measured aggression, whether it's underpass, they've gone up mid a couple times, trying to find information, trying to keep map control.
The chopper will turn. If they flash their way in, he's going to be able to turn around, but no flashes have happened, and he's a dead man. Just completely sold by that. Simon walk into top mid. JR though bringing it back with JKS and Ustilla both going down. That's a low on time. What are they going to do here?
First and foremost, bring that bad boy. Well, he's going to bump him and he spots it out just too late. Does check for it, but Mir's got the jump on him, making up for it. Oh, what a nice shot after that as well. He's having a great game, 18 and 5. Him and Chopper are going to be maybe having some words about that setup that they were running in mid. A little bit of a missed timing for Mir as he's shoulder peeking up catwalk, gets Chopper killed for free essentially. But all is forgotten if you win the round, and that one's tough. Renegades can't string them together, therefore it's going to be a really, really tough buy. They're on the struggle bus.
Hey, you got to trust in that. This time it was a little bit painful for Chopper, but you're right. As long as they can access. The 15th round, last of the half coming up here, and for Renegades, it's not really the ideal equipment that they're fighting with right now. Scout, a couple of Deagles, a couple of C-75s, and limited grenades. So, how do they bring this back? I mean, 5 rounds is not the end of the world.
No, it's not. Yeah, especially if you consider the lost pistol round as well. That was only 2 rounds. They did win that early 3rd one, but you've seen it's a pretty reasonable scoreline to come back from. Mid control again. I think they want to just line up. I mean, Nifty's got the scout. I think they want to split this A bomb site from connector and over towards A with 4 players and kind of have Nifty there to get a tag and maybe get lucky with a nice scout headshot and pick someone off. Kashander, that's worrying. The pop flash is perfect. He's going to go down. That's nice for Renegades. They have the opening they need, but Mir is fast closing it.
Doing a lot of damage. Mir with another headshot taking down Ustilla, and it's all crumbling here in this round for Renegades. They are suddenly turning it around. Naf hitting 2 Deagle kills in a matter of seconds. And Nifty with the one of them as well. Hutchie trying to fight it back, making it a 1 versus 1. Naf is on the site, but the bomb is miles away, so how is he going to play this? Getting with a shot, but Hutchie gets him right through the box. Surviving on 3 health for a 10-5 scoreline at the end of the half. Vega Squadron, I think you're going to be happy about that. We had some just ridiculous 1v1s just in the first 15 rounds.
That 1v1 by Naf, considering the bomb is dropped, was played so well from him, and just what a great response from Hutchie. But this is good. I mean, it's not the best half that Renegades would have liked, but I think the fact that towards the end you saw Naf and Nifty kind of starting to warm up into this game has got to have you feeling a little bit better as a Renegades fan.
And as you were pointing out, if they win the pistol round, then all is forgiven and they can probably bring it back. I think it can be a little bit tricky if you're Nifty playing AWP on the T side of this map, because it's hard to force a lot of the fights. Yes, on the CT side,
right, and I think a lot of it too is a lot of their success on the T side was, you know, based off some aggressive AK plays. And in that sense, by the time he was even able to get the op out, you know, you also had Vegas Squad that was a perfect double op setup, and they also had plenty of utility to be able to counter it on. So yeah, he had a tough start. I think he might be looking back on this one. I think he exerted a little bit more consistent things out. Such is the way the first half went. Just considered for Vega, I think it's all going to be mostly surprised by what they draw.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think just the fact that Mira is playing so well at one half, that's JR right behind that AWP, so yeah, I mean, even Hachi, who's playing the B-bomb side a lot, didn't get that much action. Yeah, we sort of had to walk in at the end of it.
As the B defender.
Prepare to be cremated!
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think it was really cool to see Vegas Squad obviously willing to take some risks in their defensive setups. A lot of those rounds just cross the country to get four players on the A side of the actor. I don't like all the time. You know, that three-man stack they had, a triangle of Doom to prevent any kind of mid-attack from Renegades. That was very nice as well. So all in all, a good half. The team that we've seen the past few major qualifiers steadily improving. We're going to get live into the second half. We've mentioned it a number of times. We'll do it once more here. This is a critical pistol round for Renegades. Down 10 to 5, down 5 to 10, and you lose both pistols in this game. It's not going to be, your chances of winning just continue to perform. Also, Peak is going to give elimination. That's a high, fast speed from Vegas Squadron here.
They open up the kill as well. Mia taking down Asa with a headshot, and now they're running through, hiding inside the smoke. Af trying to get out. JR going to get the kill on JKS, and this is not looking good for Renegades, but a great execute kill there on the bomb from going down. Naf on 3 health, and now locked in as well. They're going to put the bomb down safely behind the box now. It's going to be a very tough position. They have to give him this 1 versus 3. If they fight him, it's possible, but if they hide, I don't think he can do this.
They'd have to drop their guns for him to win this pistol round. 3 HP, bomb planted with no kit, no chance. Gets taken down, and that is a pretty big dagger for Vegas Squad early on in the second half.
So much of that game, from Renegade's point of view, was happening inside of the smoke. You know, just confusion, not really sure what's happening. And I think the real problem is, when you're playing on the CT side on pistol like that, you want to use the range, like preferably you want to use the USP at long range. Yeah. And Vega was so quick that suddenly the Glock was right on them and just running them down.
So it's a really nice job of using the advantage of that weapon. You know, all that Renegades had to really defend against that initially was also getting the information. You still don't know how fast it's actually going to be. So that smoke at top connector and just, you know, one pop flash through is so deadly. Renegades have invested, not Nifty, he's only got the USP. There's a good opening kill from Usil and a follow-up. Gives him a chance into this one. The B bomb site's gonna be not what is long.
It's never enough.
Bomb slowly making its way. There's 1 kill and not the second one. Good adjustment by Aza.
Just a little bit sloppy there. 2 versus 4. Obviously the big thing now is they do not have a defuse kit. They have no grenades as well. So Renegades have an advantage. This can spiral out of control. JR is up here and he can quickly get into a position where he can spot the bomb. Chopper waiting down here, and Renegades, they need to move very quickly unless they're going to be just looking for exit kills, but they should go for the retake, and now they're finally on it. Chopper has to stay alive. That spying time is ridiculous right now. He's going to go for it, almost lining up. A team kill coming in, but Asa still picking it up. And now they're going to be on the defuse.
Face the unending darkness.
It's Nafis on it, and it's so incredibly scary. It takes on over, but Renegades are going to pick up the round. That is, when you hear that sound, you know it's just got a little bit too close.
That's, that'll make you punch up. Jesus, they really played that really well. That catwalk portion of the retake from Renegades had to be aggressive because Nifty was the one rotating through marker. He had no armor and just a USP. He can't really do anything if he dies there. Obviously, the opposition on Vega doesn't know that he only has like no armor and a USP. So once he's spotted, he goes back to help his teammate. But obviously, everyone on Renegades thanking you still for those opening 2 kills on catwalk.
Yeah, that's so big. And I think they even picked up a smoke in transition that they, sort of could have used for the defuse. So that's pretty big as well. UMP close range. They do have armor on 3 players on Vega's side, so we'll see how this goes. Touchy in first, going to take a bullet to the face, but Chopper will bring it back, and he goes down to Naf. So really good trading. Fundamental counter-strike coming into play here for the Renegade side. We love to see it.
If they realize likely someone going to be coming smoke, seeing if he gets lucky. Doesn't happen, but here's Kashandra as the next point of danger. Nifty's brought down to 2 HP. I think he's going to get dropped here with a free fire around the corner from Kashandra, but he cannot recover the weapon. That's dangerous. He's almost giving it up right there as Naf, and he wants this fight.
Very careful. JR and Mia, the 2 heavy hitters right now on Vega. Still alive, rotating in. The pressure there.
Have mercy on your soul.
He did pick up the AK-47, and now spray comes through. Mia can't quite find it. He's going to go down. JR's there, and the spray continues, but still perfect timing there, even saving the AK-47 into the next round. Renegades will make it 11-7.
I'll tell you what, I'll be surprised if Hassan isn't just face palming and biting his nails throughout that round. That was
into the fray once more.
They've got to shore that up. Even though they get away with the win, they lost a lot. They need to be much more careful about those fights. 7-11 as they come back into it. This should be a tad bit easier against just the Glocks.
I feel like we're not all the way there, Moses, because they still won't have that AWP, and when they take that many losses in that previous round, it's gonna take more time basically before they
feeling
can get
hot under the collar.
Yeah, and obviously you want some kind of a build-up just to be able to recover from some mistakes when they do have it, but can't do that. Bomb is going to get planted. That's a huge win. JKS didn't spot it out as he swung.
1 flashbang from Renegades. We always talk about that. We love that. It's a famous talking point.
Yeah, just one flashbang can do magical things.
$200 investment, $800 bonus. Bitcoin Henry would tell you that's a good investment.
That's a really good
investment. Flashbang coin has gone way up in price.
It's gone huge.
11-8.
I hate that. I hate that we've died.
Our enemies have laid a trap.
It's way too late, Moses.
While we're on the subject of flashbangs, shout out to HLTV. Those flashbang statistics they put together are a beautiful thing, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying that. I think that's a really good effort.
Careful! I've spotted a trap.
AWP, but from Renegade's point of view, it's in the wrong hands here. They did win the round. They're only 3 rounds behind. I think if they can survive this one, I think it probably swings in their favor.
This is where the damage from the other round comes through, where they had like a 3-on-2 and it went down to a 1-on-1 against just Deagle and an AK. This is where, you know, missing some of the stuff. It's a minute and a half left. There's 2 smokes deployed by the CTs. They want to get aggressive. Look at Naf's position, but he gets outplayed by Mur, who reads this perfectly. 2 kills in mid control by himself. Even third and almost getting it. That is so great from Mir.
Yeah, absolutely perfect read. Not easy to do. He will go down, but they've isolated JKS on the bomb side, and Nifty's now going to be alone with 3.
Time to get your feet wet.
Very quickly as well. We have to find an almost
on the men.
Yeah, to make this 1 versus 3 possible. Otherwise, say just leave it, save the M4.
Sweet relief.
Money. Vega Squadron with such a great opening.
That's gorgeous. I mean, you like to play with Renegades, you like to be proactive on the map. It's just red, it's countered.
So those 2 smokes from Renegade, one of them comes down from the connector, and the other one comes down from Catwalk. Do you think? It seems to me like that was enough information for me to say, okay, if they're going to be pushing, then it's going to be a double push. Like, it was almost like the smoke sort of signaled enough to him that once they got the first kill, the guy coming out the connector, he just knew.
Yeah, I think obviously if both of those smokes are thrown in coordination that way, you do kind of, it's almost like the Spidey sense, right? If you're thinking something's happening here. And also, this is a pretty common play when that connector smoke goes down from the CT side, is to kind of go for a peek towards underpass because it blocks you otherwise. And he just is very, very diligent and just goes and checks it, finds himself a kill, knows the appropriate response from the defense after that, and even predicts the 3-man stack and almost sprays he's still down from the smoke. So
the 7th grant abundance!
Very impressive. Nifty's picked up the AWP. He saved the M4. We'll see if that's going to make a big difference. Pressure coming out from Renegades. Back into it. JR could have maybe got that kill on Nifty. Be very careful here. I really need this AWP on Nifty to stay alive for a lot of rounds.
Nifty gonna have to kill JR as well. He had the angle. Shot. 3 players at top mid. JR with the AWP going to come meet up. Utility going to be used to protect him in mid. This is now all 5 players from Vega to take over mid control. Minute 15 left. coordinated utility making this look good. They've got control of Connector. They're going to use it to go up catwalk. Azza gets the opening kill. Great trade and the follow-up. Justillo, he seemed in great position. Now they've got one more. Naf is here, and he's got one kill, and he's done damage to the other, which is cleaned up by Chopper, and he still keeps going. Naf holds the B bomb site, and it's all down to Kashander working in Connector.
Oh, he was so confident in that spray.
As good as the new Penny.
Across that diagonal line, and they did. Taking an enormous amount of damage. Kashander, 40 seconds here. Spotted out Nav, but now he's in trouble. Nifty in the back line, and he gets the kill. Very well done, Naflight. Absolutely heroic defense there on that B-bomb side, because everything else was looking great for Vega.
Yeah.
That was a dirty, strafing headshot that they got. Haji got, I think.
Yeah, Justillo.
Yeah,
he's rotating in. He's got a good one.
Not bad at all. So they win the round. They save the AWP. They save another rifle as well. Things are starting to look up right now for Renegades.
Yeah, they really are. They definitely need to build up here. Don't take too many losses. KK is out on Hachi. I think this is going to have to be even more aggressive than we've kind of seen out of Renegades. I don't think they can do that kind of mid-control with some of the utility. And here's Hachi just going for a contact. One flash. He's already up. Nap is here. He's over at triple. Misses the initial shot, though. He's going to fall eventually, and they get 2 kills out of it. Not ready for the speed, the pace out of Vega Squadron. Destroys Renegades. Great pop flash. They're going to try and take control of CT. Not happening at the moment as Justillo holds them all.
This is one of the reasons why a lot of really top-level teams don't like playing Vega, because it is really hard to plan for something like that. They sort of had kind of a setup for it, but you can just tell, you know, once it all rolls, you see Naf behind that box, and there are Molotovs raining in beside him. He doesn't know where to stand, and he certainly can't help his teammate out. So, yeah, the bomb site falls in a matter of seconds.
It's how susceptible that position at triple box is. Really can be. That just kind of shows against that speed. If you're not getting that first kill as that player from triple, you're going to be in a lot of trouble, especially as they split that bomb site, because you can't peek from either side of the boxes, and it's spammable. So Naf gets exposed there.
My favorite thing about that triple box actually now is the full Molotov boost that have come in. Yeah, people sort of Molotov it from all the way on the T side of the floor, so they don't even have to sort of expose themselves. Yeah, I think that's a really great and creative way to attack that bomb site. We'll get to see that one day, today, maybe.
I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will.
It's been popular, right?
Listen, what looked so good for Renegades last round, when it started to look good, it's now been lost. They still have the op as Nifty saved that. They have 2 M4s, but Justillo and JKS a bit lighter with CZ and UMP, and again, it's going to be contact towards the same bomb site. This time, JKS not blinded by that flash. Smoke is holding back Vega, but they are getting their star in a position. A great shot mid from here. JKS has so much work to do. There's a good shot from Nifty, but he needed more, and JKS gets nothing done.
It's very rough. Just not in a position to really make it work. Asa out in the open, tries for the follow-up spray, but Justillo would have been a good flank if his team had still been alive.
We're at the point in this game where Ramir's just feeling it so much that he's just solo taking mid.
Yeah, why not?
And winning duels.
26 kills on him, so obviously feeling it. Haji is going to get the triple in the round. It'll be 14 rounds for Vega Squadron. I have to say, I realize Nifty's not had the most sort of flaring game here, but when they have this little equipment, I would want him to play the style of AWP that I would expect from someone like Ford. Like when you're that far behind, almost just go aggressive on A rounds. Just you know, show them that you know you're going to win.
Show them who daddy is.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you're looking for.
That's what I would say. Because I feel like, you know, the timid style of OP just doesn't really appeal to me.
I think it's tough though, especially offers are like. I've always talked about offers, and I think even they'll admit it. Especially younger offers, it's very confidence-based weapon. When you're having a bad game, your head isn't thinking go down a ramp and take over the game, right? Your head is thinking, oh my, you know, missing some of these sitters, I thought this certain shots I didn't feel like I hit. Play passive and just don't lose yourself.
Just disable the thinking part of your brain.
Disable the brain. More balls, less brain.
It's 24th round, and there really is just not a lot of equipment there on Renegades at the moment. Grenade rains in on Nifty, and anything at all. That one flashbang on Azza is going to have to be beautiful here in the middle, and there's only one target they can get, Chopper, and they're running him down. Got a backup coming in for him. Here to clean it up, adding to the stats, why not? Should be a clean round from here on out on the Renegades. I don't know why Kashanda wanted to fight that, but he did.
Because you know it's a save. You know you can get a couple extra tallies in the kill marker. He gets punished for it. The question is, in this 2-on-2, did Renegades want to go for it? And obviously the answer is no.
No, but listen, if you've been watching a lot of Counter-Strike, you know if you give the other team two AKs like this that they otherwise wouldn't have had, that can really come back to bite you.
Especially looking at the money that we have up on the screen there. Yusilo and Naf, those guys were going to need some kind of weaponry the next round. They were going to be really, really hindered. That's not only is it the weapons, but it's the nades as well, right? It's like, because you could get like a Famas and armor probably, but you wouldn't be able to have, you know, smokes and flashes. But now with an AK-47 that's dropped over to you, you can get the kit, get the Molotov traps.
We'll see if it's going to come back to bite Vega, or if they're going to be able to make it through and just get that one more round. They're at 15-9, map point currently. Definitely an incredible showing for them. Mir with 28 kills.
Team for some time. I think even with that incredible performance, obviously, is making them talk about this team for so good. It's also, I think, even with that incredible performance, obviously, is making last time we saw them. So that's very cool to see as well. It's also, I think, kind of start to move up together. It's obviously in the ranks where they started last time we saw them. It's just like, you know, that team that upset NIP, and now they're starting to look like they have some things in the repertoire that's where they started. It's just like, you know, the team that upset NIP, and now they're starting to look like they have some things in the repertoire.
I'm always happy when I see more teams come out of the CIS region, because they do have an enormous Counter-Strike player base. So you want to see when I see a player-based team get from out of the CIS region connection. They do have an actually Counter-Strike player base getting there. So you want to see more of that player base get converted into something that can actually compete internationally. And I think they're getting there. So it looks like they've started this round. Good news.
15-9, Renegades has won 6 straight to go into overtime.
Very slowly.
Well, they know all the pressure's on Renegades. 15-9, Renegades has to win 6 straight to go into overtime. Vega's just going to play this very cautious and sweat Renegades out. And this looks like this would be a very bold move for Vega if they pull this off. This looks like they could line it up to be a fake. Bomb over towards the A-bomb site in Palace, unseen, no noise being made by Mir and Chopper. Hutchie, Kashander over in B-halls. They could just tell Hutchie to go make a play. See what he can find. Kashander's going to go towards underpass, so yeah, this is a fake. Hutchie, get one kill, do something, make your presence known. He's got to be more aggressive. They haven't forced any rotates yet. It's all about the one kill. The shadow's been spotted by Justillo. He's going to swing out, so the fake is gone. No one rotates from the A-bomb site.
Look at Justillo. He actually knew that. He read that very well. Kashander goes down next to Asa, and the whole game is pretty much up at this point. JR going to be dropped Asa, the good second kill. It's all fallen apart in this round. You could see from the way that Justillo was moving that he knew that that was the one player that was in that bomb site. He just wasn't worried about anyone else showing up. So
yeah, well, because here's the thing: if you're gonna throw those, the tough part about that kind of a fake with your Vegas squadron is there's no reason to just send one person out alone, because you're using the smokes that make it look like it's going to be a full-blown execute. And if there's no footsteps to follow that up, the defensive player is going to read that, or at least get the sense of what's coming. And also, your entire thing is you have a trap set up for rotations. You have one player in mid waiting for someone to rotate across connector to pick him off. So you need to get that one kill, even if it costs you, you know, a player in the exchange.
Right inside the smoke, Nifty's waiting for it, and he's going to win the fight. JR goes down. Vega are running out of money, so if they can't make this round work, then the next one they're going to have nothing at all. So you kind of need to close this game out. We've actually seen that be a problem for a lot of sort of up-and-coming teams. Closing out the game is always an issue.
Led 2 players away, and that's a good find from Kashander. Naf right behind the smoke. This is dangerous, though, because you've now put Naf in the hands of Kashander, who's in the middle of the map. Really, really stop some rotates. Mir and Chopper are going to go back towards the B bomb site, and Justillo, how far does he want to push up? That's huge. Big kill, and smart decision. Fall away, use the Molotov to cover, make him fight in the flames if he wants. Set up a trap, clothesline. There's Asa to finish things off.
Good attempt at a jump peek there from Kashander, but it will be closed out. 15-11. Suddenly they're back now. They actually had triple orbs in the beginning of this round. I'm glad they've thrown one of them away. I think that's a bit excessive, but 2 can definitely do if you do want to. Now the Vega are out of money. Who knows what's going to happen?
Yeah, this is getting interesting now, and as we're getting to the thick of it, Vega saving here. This could get Renegades up towards 12 as long as there's no critical mistakes. Depending on how frequently or how many times Vega wants to save would be interesting as well. They obviously love a plan here, and they have not invested in the flashbang that we saw last time.
It's a shame. It's going to cost them, obviously. Can't do without that. I wonder if they're going to try and throw another fast round in once they have the equipment for it. That could be the way to go. I mean, that A rush worked very well.
Yes, it did. And especially, I think, if they're going to note that there's double op setup here as well, I think that might not be the worst plan in the world, because you get into the bomb site very fast-paced. Granted, you have some of those initial successes. You make sure the ops can't, just sit far back. You get in their face. There's a nice, I think that was a run boost over, and actually they're putting a lot of pressure on Nifty. That's a great no-scope. Like, just preventing himself from dying is a victory in and of itself.
Definitely is. You're right. Run boost to try and get past the gap. I actually always think run boosts are entertaining.
Even when they fail, they're actually amazing.
Maybe even more so when they fail. Kashanda buying a little bit of time for us here. Eventually going to get hunted down. Not quite making that one work. I think that's a change to the H50, isn't it? I think they changed the petrol range on that a little bit.
Listen, if Renegade's able to pull us back in overtime and steal this win away from Vega, that's going to be incredible, just considering if you look at the scoreline, only one positive player on the Renegade side of things. Especially if you go down and say Nap and Nifty as their 2 stars, having bad games for the entire first half. They've certainly picked it up since then. But that'd be the sign of a team that you start to believe can make it out of groups, when you can have a couple players with bad games and still win the game somehow.
Yeah, and like we said, it's the morning game. You've traveled in. There are a lot of teams that just, I think, are slow out the gate. I think Renegades could maybe be one of them. So we'll see here. 28th round is coming up. They are not quite done yet, and there's a lot of utility this time on Vega Squadron. We'll see if they can make it work. They are starting to gravitate early on towards the B bomb site, and they make this one work. They have everything they need for it. Just one big opening.
Who's going to shut down Mir in mid if he gets aggressive? That's the question. No one's really been able to stop him, even when they've had multiple players there. So you have Nifty with the AWP. It'll be a fun battle to watch. The rest of Vega lining up for a hit towards the B bomb site. It's just Ustillo here. Nifty just gets back in time. And to get in the position appropriately. There's the jump. They've spotted it out. They don't have any nades to slow this down, though. This hit's going to be aggressive. There's Nifty. The Molotov funneling him into his crosshair, now watching for the wrap. Nothing coming, and he slowly creeps around the angle. That's a nice flick upwards. And it's just Mir, who's been able to do nothing. Great shutdown from Renegades.
Trusting Ustillo as much as Nifty did there that's beautiful. That's what you want to see out of a team. Imagine how scary that is. You're scoped up at that corner, and Ustillo's holding bench, but if he lets someone through, and you can see he doesn't, the fact that he's actually holding that means Nifty can just stay focused. That's very, very impressive. And I mean, a lot of players in that situation would have unscoped and sort of looked the other way to try and worry about that. Just absolute trust between those two players.
That's great. That's a lot of things. Those are the kind of plays that don't show up on the scoreboard. So it's good to point that out, because Ustillo plays a huge role in allowing Nifty that time. 15-13, and finally towards the end of this game, it's impressive, because Renegades, they had some money issues throughout this half, and now towards the end, they've got none of that. So the timeout for Vega is taken as they talk things over, just wanted to get this done with. I think Kashander might have bought up a little too soon. He's got the Soul Galil, and it's just pistols and utility around that. Maybe some frustration.
Could be.
Good old snap purchase.
Leaking through the cracks here towards the end. I mean, you really don't want to get into overtime when you have such a big lead, but you might not have a choice any longer. See if they can make these pistols work. At least get a bomb plant. Anything right now would definitely help them out. He's down to $50, Kashanda, so I have to assume that's an incorrect buy from his point of view. Smoke coming down, Ustillo trying to force the issue over here. The smoke is going to fade in front of him. Is holding right next to him. Maybe this Galil can actually play off. If he gets the good peek in here, Ustillo's going to have a hard time winning that fight, I think.
This is so bold. Ustillo to be in this position. Good kill from Alza. There's the fight, and Ustillo does win it. 9 HP he's left with. Now you have Naf and JKS from this bomb site. Alza rotating back as well. It should be an easy cleanup. So it is going to come down to that 30th round.
That's what we love, isn't it?
In the words of Henry G, this is why we love Counter-Strike.
Yeah, he's not wrong about that. I feel like, Vega, they've had every opportunity to close this one out, but slowly but steadily. And Renegades, once they picked up that AWP on Nifty, especially when they got the double up on NAF 2, it really changed the defense a lot. Now they're just one round away from getting us into overtime, and we'll see what happens there. 23 kills on Azza. I feel like we've been talking a lot about all the rest of them, but he's just been quietly, but still, you know,
it's very fitting for his personality.
It is, isn't it? It's not bad at all. Have to love that part of it. Default setup more or less here for Vega.
Molotov going to make Mir uncomfortable. Nifty trying to punish him, trying to find a gap underneath that smoke. It's not going to happen. There's JR with a big pick. Gets caught on the stairwell, and this defense is going to be so pressured at the A-bomb site. All 5 players of Vega are here. It's just Nifty and JKS.
Nifty's probably going to get smoked off. JKS with a big kill there. Goes down right afterwards, and now Nifty, if he overextends here, the round is probably going to be over, so he has to keep his cool right now. Not a bad position, this one, and he's going to take down Hutchie. The reward is in. Wants a little bit more. 3-on-3 in Vega Squadron. They just need this round. They're going to pick up their first win here with a major. Trying to see if he can make this one work. Spray comes to the smoke. He guesses where Kashenda is. Even if the bomb is down, they have the man lead, and this could be the big play to get it into overtime. JR ready and waiting, taking down Ustilo, but now the grenades are raining in left and right, and he's going to get one more kill, taking down Nifty. Trying for the no-scope, not working out. One-on-one, and Mir snuck all the way into the middle. Azza, how is he going to be able to guess this? He does have the defuse kit, and he's on it, but there's the shot coming in. Mir gets the headshot, and he closes out the game 16-14. Vega Squadron taking down Renegades, and Mir unbelievably ending at 29 kills.